got here on the desk to bring you the action for the remainder to best of 3 series for today. We've got the amazing, the talented, the beautiful, the handsome Jace and Zaya. Guys, how are we feeling today?
I'm super excited. Yeah, the NIGMA Galaxy female team versus Mad Army. These two, we've been waiting to see these girls play against each other for a little while now. And I mean, yesterday they played absolutely stellar. They were so dominant. And I think that it's going to be an amazing best of 3 series here.
Definitely. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a close fight because we had ourselves some treat from the previous matches, but right now it's going to be another roller coaster ride.
Yeah, for sure. Talking about roller coaster, I mean, for today, as Jace, you were saying, we're just looking at these two Titan teams after the performance yesterday. It kind of looks as if we're looking at a hit-to-hit matchup between two teams who both won 2-0 yesterday in such a dominating fashion. So I'm not sure how we're supposed to just rank these two when they go hit-to-hit. What do we think?
Yeah, it is a little bit difficult to compare these two teams, just because they've got a lot of talented players on each side, and I think both of them have got really strong mechanical technique and skills. They don't have an IGL for Mad Army. They've got an IGL and a coach for Nigma. I think that perhaps that might be the difference. We might see a little bit more coming in from Tricks that makes the difference between these two teams.
Indeed. And you did mention it, Rhea, that we've seen both of these teams really dominated their fights yesterday. So they didn't really show a lot of, interesting or unexpected strategies at play. So it has yet to be seen right now as they face each other off today.
Yep, for sure. And I think we also have the map draft out for this series already. It looks like it's going to be Icebox, Haven, as well as Ascend. I want to say it's pretty standard stuff for both of these teams. What are we thinking? Do we think the map picks are going to have any impact on the score much at all? I think both these squads are very familiar on these three maps.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, like we saw how well Nigma did on Icebox, and Mad Army, they're absolutely no slouches there either. These are maps that do require a good IGL, and so again, Mad Army, they're more of a democracy, so that's going to be more information-based reactions than it is going to be set strats coming through. But I'm sure they've done a lot of mapping as well to make sure they've got the right approach to hitting these sites. I am still leaning towards NIGMA Galaxy. I feel like in the last 3 months, they've put in a lot of work. And I don't know. I really like a dedicated IGL. Maybe that's more of the bias coming into this. But yeah, Mad Army, they've picked Haven as well. That's 3 sites. That's 3 avenues of entry as well as avenues of lurks potentially as well from our defending side. And I think Mad Army, that does actually suit their playstyle, that aggression that comes in from them. And their basic checking of every single corner being super meticulous, that sort of thing that comes out from Mad Army. I think they'd be pretty happy with that. But Nigma standing on that defending side, that means they could get that potential 1-up once it comes time to switch sides. But I can see this going the full distance. I can see this going to a map 3 where I think they could get edged out by NIGMA Galaxy. NIGMA Galaxy have been looking really comfortable on Ascent. I've talked about all 3 maps now, sorry. But what do you think?
Basically, I may have to turn or divide the table for that, Jace, because I think, well, at least for the up until yesterday, Icebox has been really the action for most of our teams, and Mad Army basically can have that Icebox. But I'm also expecting a third game.
All right, guys, real quick, who's going to take this series? What do we think the score is going to be? I know Jace kind of dropped us all a bit of a hint. I kind of think I'll go first. I think that probably 2-1 to Mad Army IMO, I want to say.
2-1 Mad Army as well.
2-1 for Nigma, and we're into the Asian picks as well, as we have had the Viper pick non-stop on these big maps, and you're going to see it here again. And Chloe on that stage, Chloe did a great job yesterday, and I expect to see the same thing coming from her again today. And having that stage, it does provide those avenues of clutch situations where you want to wall off that spike that goes down or just deny entry into kitchen, which is always nice to see. On the other side, on the defending side for Mad Army, practically we've got a mirror match here.
Indeed, and the fact that Ginny is also going to play for the side of Mad Army, this is going to be interesting because yesterday, if I remember, she was not present during that time. So the fact that these, roster changes or these startups are going to be at play, I'm really excited how things are going to pan out here.
Yeah, this is really interesting because actually we got word before this weekend that Ginny was only going to come back in for next weekend and that Sinye was actually going to play the entire of this weekend. And I'm not sure if we managed to see the final agent lock-in, but it looked like Ginny was hovering over that Sova, which would be a very different pick, I think, from what we usually see for the rest of the team. But regardless, this is where Jason and I are going to say bye to all of you. For now, we're going to be leaving you guys in the hands of Donut as well as Zaya to cast this series. Ladies, all ears on you.
There you go.
A
Thank you so
mirror
much.
matchup.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to see both of these teams because the real question is the Queens of the Galaxy, will they still keep and hold their crown? Or will Mad Army come in as that solid infantry to bring them down? So that's really two big questions that we want to see now and we want to see answered in the map of Icebox. Saya, you mentioned earlier that it's gonna be a 2-1 to Mad Army, if I may say so. I am leaning a little bit towards the Philippine team, especially given that I've seen a lot of their plays. But of course, given that Mad Army is just really the wild card for FSL Elite, they have tricks up their sleeves.
Definitely. At this point, both of our teams, they're kind of really hard to compare at this point because, again, during yesterday, they didn't really show too much of, a really different strat. And it's just basically the fundamentals because they were able to really sweep it up into their respective games. And of course, yes, in my heart, I will be having Nigma Galaxy. But in terms of basically the play, I might go leaning a bit towards Mad Army here, basically, since the fact that they are really creating a statement for the games that we have witnessed them. It's going to be pretty exciting, but this is going to be a 2-1, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be close. I'm manifesting it right now, but it's basically I would love to be proven wrong by either sides of the team. So here we are going to start it off here, kind of think a little bit here, leaving it at a slightly half health for Tricks, and still no casualties just yet, but they're starting off really slow here. What do you think, Donut?
Yeah, once they spotted out 3 members from the team of Mad Army, they went ahead and rotated towards that B site. But there is still Baby TZ here as that Sage, and we've seen her play yesterday as that Sage, Battle Sage specifically, that she really tries and stops and slow things down, not just through her utility, but also, of course, through her raw aim. But right now, it's going to be Tricks initiating that recon bolt to at least get anybody close to them right now, but that's going to be a free plan as Chloe does put out that wall just for cover.
Retake capabilities are up and running here, but the walls and utilities are also set for the post plan. And this is going to be pretty exciting because kind of took a while before they can actually fully rotate, but the wall is going to be placed here. But Trix and company was able to get 2 heads down for the side of Mad, only secured by Trix. And that's going to be a very flawless secret lab moment by NGX.
Yeah, it seems they're a little bit comfortable in this Icebox map, since this is really their map pick. It just really goes to show, okay, they have that decisiveness. They spotted out 2 people in A, and they easily rotated. A good call there by their IGL Tricks to just rotate, because of course the rotations have already come in for the side of MA towards the A side. They know they're stacked up there, so there's a chance, there's a big chance that B might be a success for them, and that was just beautiful for them in terms of holding these angles closely to try and get that advantage. But right now, I think this is gonna be take 2 of their attempt to go towards that A site.
Maybe a bit more aggressive in comparison with the one that we've seen on the previous rounds, since they did have a better weaponry here. But look at that spray, not going to get one, but Chloe though will be getting left in the process. Aya as well, waiting patiently in towards that smoke, making a 3k, not really taking that breath onto Mad Army and Tricks to clean it up. 2-0 now for Galaxy.
Another secret lab flawless there. Wow, what was that? I mean, they tried going A the first time, but the second time was so successful that it was a flawless one. I mean, how they were so coordinated in terms of that push. Okay, there was always going to be both of the duelists trying to enter towards the side, and they were very successful in clearing those angles. I think that was the first point. But the second one is the cover that they provide to their teammates. So that's going to be one thing that the team of Mad Army should be worry about. Right now, they have the Vandals, but in terms of these close angles, if they go A again, this is going to be quite scary for them.
Indeed. And look at how the variety of tactics there NGX is doing, really catching them off guard. But Ginny, though, really shutting down Aluka in towards Kitchen. And as well as Polly of her own Ivory for that trade in the process. So it's a 3-3 fight here. Let's see if Mad Army is going to have to say about this, since they do have rifles in their arsenal. So what do you think about it, Donut?
Well, Anko right here is just creeping her way up to the site, but it's gonna be a 3v3 as I mentioned. There's only just one person here. It's Aya with that flank, and if she just peeks there at a perfect moment, then that's gonna be perfect for this postman situation. But there's gonna be Muffin here trying to peek her way back in and gets Ivory here, and it's gonna be Ginny to finish things off, and that's gonna be a shutdown of that third round turnaround of ME. Okay, now it's going to be. That was beautiful. I think if only Aya did peek there at the perfect moment, then they could have gotten Anko supposedly. But that, of course, was just really not timing for them. It was just abrupt in terms of the peak of Anko, which really gave her that perfect position for that defuse.
Yes, I mean, and it's just really the timing that kind of is one of the vital things that dictates who gets the heads or who gets the aim duels right. And so far, Mad Army was able to swag up that 1 point, not really wanting to really further up the gap in terms of rounds. But Ayado for the opening, really beautifully done, taking down Polly in towards yellow. So let's see, they are eyeing out for B side here because the chances of success, at least for the previous 3 rounds, were in this site. So basically, they just have to retweak a bit the post-plant situations. But look at this, the wall's going to be destroyed, I reckon. And all of these utilities just to try and deny the plant, but still the plant pushes through. Anko to the push, beautifully done in the process.
Yeah, and there's gonna be Ivory at least getting there, baby TZ, making it a 4v3, 4v2 at the moment. And with their positions, this is gonna be quite hard for Mad Army. As long as the Recon Bolts does give them that position, that may be their advantage. But right now, Ginny is the one here holding this angle. Muffin is 1 HP, but Trix is gonna be there for the trade. It's gonna be Ginny with that headshot. She has to get another, but it's gonna be a Sova versus Sova, and Trix will dominate that play. A nice win there by NGX.
Yes, indeed. They're already setting their foot here as Galaxy is basically having the momentum that they have. So let's look at the quick replay here. A lot of utilities were thrown out. There was the aggression that came in from Anko, but unfortunately it wasn't really reciprocated enough. And, you know, Trix just utilizing that off angle takes down Muffin. Jin for the trade, but unfortunately aim duel-wise, Trix was able to dominate that rally. So right now, 3-1, really looking good for the side of Galaxy here. And let's see if this momentum continues through, because this is the thing, especially about Philippine teams, is that if you give them that amount of momentum, it's going to skyrocket above and beyond. So you need to find that weak point as much as possible. But I'm not saying it that Mad Army doesn't have that as well. It's just that maybe they want to shake it off a bit. But Aluka's just going to shut it down right now as she spots out Polly in towards Nest, and respective trades for both sides of the teams to follow through.
Oh, and it's gonna be baby TZ. Another flank here. Is she gonna be punishing Ivory, who's not really watching the flank, but she just really remains calm a little bit. But Ivory has an inkling and gets that kill towards that flank, and it's gonna be Aya here, spotted out by somebody from Rafters. But at least she gets the plant down. They have the sheriffs, but they prove to be very powerful with this weapon. 33 revealed by that Recon Bolt, so at least Ginny gets that kill already. But Aya with that spray gets Anko, but it's gonna be again Ginny in this clutch situation. Is she going to be successful now? The answer is no, because Aya just peeks at the perfect moment and gets another round for NGX.
This is quite interesting. Maybe it's not, you know, the warm up still needs to go for the side of Might Arm here, because Galaxy is really doing a pretty good job having these wins, you know, slightly consecutive, because for the first 2 rounds, they won it. A little bit of a cut through onto the third, but the 4th and 5th round, they were able to manage to bounce that back up. So again, momentum-wise, really in the hands of NGX. And again, like going back into the previous rounds, the way that they're very proactive in towards the map, it shows variety for the sake of Galaxy, and which is what I'm loving right now. So the wall is easily destroyed here, basically denying that fact. Uses the Blade Storm here, will be spotting out too, so that's information already for the sake of Aya and Kempen.
Yeah, and there's gonna be somebody a wall here towards the tube. It's gonna be Anko getting 3 kills already. And right now, they initially went to mid, and the spike is there. And the spike is exposed, and it's just up to Ivory and Trix. How do they turn things around? This was supposed to be a B split, but Anko is just that wall there by Kitchen. You don't necessarily need a stage wall anymore because Anko will be greeting you and killing you and spotting you down. Right now, that wall was supposedly theirs, and they have to break it down because they need to get this advantage.
It's not really a great idea to go for the flank here since time is of the essence for the side of NGX. But right now, I guess it's quite safe to say that Mad Army will take this because they can't
30 seconds
afford
left.
the flank that they go from A all the way to spawn. And of course, Muffin will be spotting out Tricks under tube. Will be getting that 1 kill down. Only Ivory as the remaining member here. Take note, she is going to be greeted by 2 to 3 members. And looky here, Anko for the flank. Oh, but still pre-aimed in that time and manner for Ivory here. Decides to just really look up and beyond. So let's see who gets the shot better. It's going to be Ginny who will be taking the second point.
Yeah, that was a good win. I mean, Anko with that spray down. Look at her. She doesn't really stop. She just moves forward because she knows that there will be maybe 2 or 3 more people there to be greeted. And what? It was just a perfect crosshair placement for her. She almost gets all of them as headshots. And Ivory, what can she do right now here? Nothing, because of course there are going to be what, 3 people around mid really to hunt her down. But I guess there's a little bit of respect for Mad Army as well because they weren't really out there aggressively for the hunt. So that's one thing that at least NGX can really say at the moment. But in terms of this aggression now, Muffin is gonna be shut down there by Trix. She's down to 11 HP, but she's gonna get healed up. Oh no, because the heal is actually contributed to Aya. So this entry though, will it be successful? Because it's gonna be Aluka here taken down by Anko, and that perfect timing of the dismiss. At least Chloe has that resurrection up and running, makes it back to a 5-4. Right now, they're just dancing around the site. They're very, very careful about these peaks, but it leaves the team of Mad Army guessing where they currently are.
A bit of worried about how they're positioned right now. They're kind of grouped up together, and that's not the best case scenario. Uses the Empress here. Anko in time will be placing that onto Aluka. Spots out Ivory before that ult is actually proceeding. 4K for Anko, but Ginny is gonna go for the deny and just basically get that 2K. And that is the 3rd point now for Mad Army, slowly catching up into the scores. And right now, still really close for both sides of the team, but we'll be seeing that replay very, very shortly.
I thought that this play was going to be an intel ace. Look at Anko. Everywhere that she peeks, gets a kill, and then instantly dismisses. That's the beauty of Arena right there. She doesn't hesitate. She just gets those kills. And right now, Anko is the one that they should be watching out for. Because, like, look at that. Ginny was there for the save, but if ever, Anko could have gotten that intel ace. But right now, I mean, Mad Army, they're reading NGX like a book because they've tried going A a couple of times and they currently know the setup. Okay, they just really want to give the site away, but then we'll peek at the perfect moment to catch you down.
At you down, but is that going to be the play here? As we're going to see, they are gonna eye out for B site right now, right? So it's quite slow, not really the push or the aggression that you usually see for the side of NGX. Maybe because they're trying to, of course they are on eco, so they would want to play those peaks in the manner wherein they are in that favor. So right now, utilities are at play for Polly. Tries to deny any amount of entry that can come from NGX in towards B side, and you just know it. But right now, that's also giving them the opportunity of that A side being open. As you can see, Trix is already almost there, but Anko pre-aimed at the spot. Will she spot it out? Yes, indeed. And that basically denies any potential, secured opening for the side of Galaxy. So what do you think, Donut, is going to happen here? As already -1 down for the side of NGX.
Yeah, once that smoke did fall
30 seconds
down,
left.
at least it was Ivory to get that kill against Anko. Now there's no, I mean the fragger of the ladies, right? But there are also, of course, Ginny and the rest of the team members that are coming and rotating towards an A site already. So this is gonna be quite scary because, of course, they have the gun disadvantage right now, but that's Polly. That's Polly actually proving that the Vandal is more powerful than what Aya had wielded right there. But it's gonna be Muffin here because Chloe is spotted out by that recon bolt, and there's gonna be blood not from Ivory, but Ginny touches. And right now, it's gonna be Ginny using that shock bolt, and that's just up to Alaka. She has that Marshall, but Muffin dashes in. No more peek from Alaka, cause it's gonna be Muffin taking her down.
Looking at that replay, starting it off with Tricks here being shut down by Anko. So it kind of escalated. The moment it shuts down, Polly goes for the headshot and basically just pulled through. If you saw it earlier, that they were able to see the members of NGX in time, and that's basically comms for the side of Mad Army for them to equalize our scoreboard right now. So both of our teams, they have rifles up in store, but in terms of wins, Mad Army was able to win it consecutively. So they're quite healthy in terms of economy. They don't have any disparity at the moment. So this is going to be an interesting ult coming in from Polly. Why? Because it delays the push that NGX will or attempts to, but at the same time, this can give Anko or the flank a capability to really go for that intel or for that information. But looking here, they already have an idea that one is from spawn. Oh, that's gonna be a kill. I thought it was a collateral, but you know what? Even though the wide angle's there, they are up for the job. Anko for that one, make it a not two as Strix goes for the shutdown. 4 versus 2 now into the side of Galaxy. They should be able to secure the plant, to say the least here, because this is quite the interesting feat as both the Sage and Baby TZ here, Baby TZ and Polly is quite far from the site. Retake, it's quite a slim chance for them to take unless they go for double peaks, but maybe one of them will be taken down by Tricks. Is it gonna be another one? Make it a 3 perhaps? No, Polly goes for the shutdown, but there are still 3 members that we have to take note of.
Yeah, and she's down to 10 HP, not unless she pulls a lot of magic here, as mad as she can be. But right now, Polly, she's just really waiting. Maybe try to get those exit frags because they really need it. Because right now, it's a 4-4, but as a spike will detonate, that's going to be 5-4. And Chloe, she's just out for the hunt. And Polly, she sees the head, but doesn't necessarily get a chance to kill Chloe. So, I mean, that at least was a good thing because she was able to save that battle going into the next round. But right now, I mean, initially for this one, Zaya, I really thought that this was going to be a round in favor of Mad Army because that piece of utility, that Viper spin, really did control the situation. That stopped the team of NGX from entering B. And then the rotations came in. There was a flank from Anko and 2 people peeking mid, but team play wins this round for NGX.
Indeed, and basically they just really know how to be very active in towards the map here. So that's basically a shot coming in from Muffin here. Another one, but misses it unfortunately. And this is already a various reposition from her, to say the least. But they haven't seen Anko just yet, so they have to be very careful because Anko, this is the 3rd time that he used it. But Muffin finally gets the shot after that 3 repositions that she has done. And this is going to be another one. Can this be an opening for NGX though, despite them having Aluka off the board?
Yeah, and it's gonna be another wall here by Anko. She gets one. She gets Aya. And that's gonna be Tricks there for that trade. Beautiful shot through the smoke. Again, those recon bolts, just perfect timing. And it's gonna be Baby TZ again with that rest, making it a very favorable situation now because it's a 5v3 and they easily back out of there because that's going to be scary. Anko just rest for the team of Mad Army. We've seen her with a lot of the
30 seconds
crispy
left.
headshots that she got. So right now, NGX, they're very careful about this push now that they want to take the B site. Ivory is a little bit behind, but Trix is leading the charge because she is that initiator and she has that Hunter's Fury. So if she uses it to really take advantage and take
10
that
seconds
space
left.
in the B site, then that's going to be very, very vital for
Last
them.
player standing.
And that it was a beautiful flank by
Spike
Polly
down
here,
B.
taking that tube K in towards B site, and Ginny also takes Ivory in towards under tube. So they just needed to be, patiently wait because the time wasn't really in the hands of NGX at that moment. So let's go at that replay. Muffin finally getting that off kill, and finally they got the spray coming in, uses the E to escape to safety, but was still shut down by Trix in the process. And here we do see Ivory takes one down, but the trade from B site, Polly taking that 2K and Ginny to help in the process as well was really a good feat for Mad Army to even up the rounds that we have now. So we did see that NJX was really, really proactive in utilizing these rotates. They're not faking it at the moment. So maybe if Mad Army can use that to their advantage by having one flank per se and try to sandwich them down in a certain area, maybe it could work for them. For the side of NGX, however, maybe a rush push can be their thing, but that's going to be a respective trade for both sides. Aya for that Blade Storm kill as well to have the numbers up their sleeves.
Yeah, and that's going to be a beautiful smoke there to give them cover because there's no more wall for them available. At least Aya here is going to get that plant. And in combination with that Hunter's Fury, she does tag up somebody, but there's no conversion to a kill. So right now, it's going to be Muffin leading the charge here. She's pre-firing all of the common angles, but doesn't necessarily get that kill. And Trix with that beautiful shot to the head. And right now, that's going to be both of them peeking. And it's Ivory on top of the pipes, getting the 2 kill for her, and that's a Yahoo Thrifty.
Last round.
Beautifully done by NGX once again. Really know how to trust in their aim, as they say, but of course, as well as, the precision, basically. So you did see from the earlier rounds that okay, sure, she was spraying up above the nest, but unfortunately Trix was able to see and shot the head on point with that sheriff. So that alone is very interesting. And you can really see how they've really practiced this all throughout. But right now, going back here, they're still eyeing out for the A site. And I love it. I love this fact because they know how to create presence. At the same time, they know how to negate it and to become stealthy as well if it needs to be. And speaking of that, he uses the drone as bait for Aya to get the kill. What was that? Aya, what is that? You are creating magic tricks here. That is really nice. Amazing. But then again, it's also a point wherein you did see that Baby TZ uses the wall up just so that they can deny that rotate. But sorry, I can't get over.
Yeah.
Aya.
I mean, that was Trix's drone, and she did have the tricks up her sleeve, right? So that was just a perfect, right moment, right time.
Jolly good
for
show.
that yeah. But right now, this wall is such a barrier for them. And Baby TZ, she's just really, perfect crosshair placement, but she knows. She knows something is up and something's cooking back behind that wall. So she just backs away. And at the perfect moment, she might just peek. But given that recon bolt, it doesn't really spot Baby TZ. And there's this wall behind Ivory right now. So there's not going to be a contest in terms of that plant. And that Viper's pit is going to slow them down.
Indeed, of course, and this is going to be a full-on retake for the side of Mad Army. They do have one less member in towards this in trying to attempt it, but let's see if he's gonna go into light. Ivory was able to spot out Anko in towards that Viper's ult. Maybe TZ for the trade. Are they gonna spot out each other? Yes, indeed. Oh, a bit of a horror game moment right there as maybe TZ spots out one, but NGX still goes for that cleanup. Beautifully done.
Yeah, and that's the half already, and we're switching sides. Well, we know that Icebox is an attacker-sided map, right? But, Mad Army, they're responding well to the calls of NGX right now. Because they tried to mix it up. They tried going mid through the kitchen. That was stopped by Anko. They tried going to the A site. They did have a lot of success there. They tried going B as well. So that perfectly executed push by NGX won them a little bit of a lead. But right now, that Mad Army is the one actually going to be attacking. This is going to be quite scary. And this is just a replay of the previous round because right now that's going to be just a beautiful Viper spit here by Ivory. She just didn't really, she didn't really care at all. She was shut down by Baby TZ, but right now this is going to be the attack of Mad Army, and they are mad because NGX, they have the lead right now and they don't want to continue that. Maybe if they win the pistol round, then they can get the lead that they want back to a 7-7.
If I'm not mistaken, that drone saw a lot from Mad Army. And that alone, despite it being destroyed, but still, Anko still takes the head of Chloe, who is into that very corners of the wall that she had created. And here, let's see if the space is to be made for the side of NGX here. They do have the stage gone and beyond. Let's see if things are gonna work for them. But look at that, Ivory was unfortunately dinked here. Anko though, beautifully done at taking that aim duel, and Ginny as well with the kill of her own. And this is now going to force Aluka and Aya to create wonders, at least to say for this one. Take note though, 70 HP for Aluka here, so it kind of like takes one dig, one shot before she's fully taken down. That's gonna be 3k for Anko. Is it gonna be a 4? No, Muffin takes that cleanup.
The way that they slowed down during the push, I mean, Mad Army, I think they really know how NGX would really play the map of Icebox, because they would really check the angles where they would usually be positioned, and I think Anko knew that Chloe would be behind that wall, right? Because, I mean, Anko, she was just up there. She was just really waiting for anybody to peek out for any information. And every time somebody does from the side of NGX, she gets a kill. And together with Muffin, they're really that duo for the team right now. I mean, both of them are duelists, and both of them are doing the work in terms of the entry. And that's going to be just beautiful for them, especially now that it's going to be another A hit. And that's just what? It's going to be just Ivory here, just really playing it close.
Indeed, you can say it's like really intuition, and it kind of like proves you right. You know that girl's instincts, guys, and it's like 99% right. That was basically demonstrated from earlier round, and you see here to the very corner, Anko though still takes the shot, taking down Aya, Muffin as well for her own. Maybe planting it on second floor, maybe no. Actually, she's just there to secure the site. Instead, Polly planting the spike spots out one Muffin for that dash to safety. And let's see how things are gonna pan out for the retake. Again, Trix and Aluka being two members alive. Make it not -1 as Anko takes down Trix from spawn. And what can a Marshall do at this point? Baby TZ had the upper hand in terms of weaponry, and that's gonna be another flawless secret lab moment by Nana.
Yeah, and that's going to be our third one already in this map of Icebox. And looking at their push right now, while they did really want the credits of 200 for that shorty to have an ROI, it wasn't just enough because Muffin, they really were just using the Spectre to their advantage. I mean, you see them running and gunning so that they won't be really caught through the crosshairs of the team of NGX. And that was just beautiful in terms of the push. And as I mentioned, yes, they are mad and they bring it back down to a 7-7 and even round now. So this could be anybody's game.
Anybody's game still indeed, because this is a close fight for both sides. I mean, we did mention that in towards panel. Anything can happen for both sides of the teams. Their level of skill is to not be questioned. But to start it all off, Anko takes it one, creating another opening as Muffin takes another. They are basically playing these bodies on the floor as Baby TC goes for the flank. Here takes the gun for herself as well. Chloe and Ivory, if you notice, Galaxy started off really well into the first few rounds, and Mad Army to basically try and reset themselves for a better earning, but that's a little bit of a whiff coming in for both sides and let them into a very low HP. But numbers still in the advantage of Mad Army for Chloe. Was able to take one down. Anko for that 3k, beautifully done as well. Really popping off for the remaining rounds of this first half.
And it's gonna be another Ivory moment here, wherein she just really wants to get those exit frags. She wants to punish the economy here of Mad Army, but that was supposed to be their bonus round, and they just gave it to Mad Army, especially with this entry. I mean, it's gonna be Anko to the left or Anko to the right, and then Muffin to the left, and they all get the kills that they need. Although yes, Ivory was there to punish the economy, but is it just gonna be enough? Because right now the team of NGX, they don't have money going into this round, so they're left and stuck with Stingers, with Specters and Sheriffs for them to use against the aim of Anko with that Vandal. Oh, this is gonna be scary.
Economic disparity at the moment here. It kind of had a critical hit for the side of NGX here. Spots out one, but for a second there, I thought you were singing. You know, Anko to the left, Anko to the right. You're playing it Love Tonight, but right now Aya takes it, opening with that Sheriff kill. Muffin for the trade. Actually fell down. Instead, Aluka as well with the Sheriff kill of her own will be detected by the Recon Bolt, but let's see if this is going to shed some light for Galaxy, because they do have numbers advantage at the moment, but still 3 people on the line for the side of Mad Army. They can go for some double peeks, but corners, you have to watch it out, or else it's going to be a bit of a tricky play here. But Polly still had the reflexes done, was able to shut down Ivory, denying any potential corner take there. Polly was able to spot it out. Sheriff, a bit of a whiffing there. Aluka takes one. Baby TZ for the trade. 2 versus 2 with Aya with the low brink of health. Let's see how this is gonna go.
I mean, Aya's gonna get healed up, but that's gonna be Baby TZ's wall as a barrier for this moment. And Ginny with this flank. And it's been called now where the team of NGX will be. And Chloe, she's just holding this very tight angle. Is it going to be enough for this run and gun? It's not, because Baby TC, they had the crossfire, and that was just really a big. Chloe just really wanted to get that kill, but she didn't get to, because there was a crossfire.
Yes.
I mean, that was a nice defense for the team of NGX, even though they were at a thrifty. Looking at that, they still managed to get 3 of them. Just really goes to show the raw skill and the raw talent of the Queens of the Galaxy here in Icebox. But right now, Mad Army from a 7-5, they're making it happen. They got already rounds consecutively, so this is gonna be scary. Aya, though, in terms of the aggression, is gonna be slowed down by that Recon Bolt.
Kind of towed down here for the side of Galaxy, but here, still Mad Army, they've won 4 consecutive rounds into the second half, and right now, here they're just playing along the map at the moment. So it's nice because it's seen both of our teams do have some variety in how they play along the map, but the difference basically is that you do notice how Mad Army is grouped together, or they make sure that a double peak is bound to be happen, just so that sacrifices may be done, but it is going to be rewarded off. And Chloe here was able to secure this kitchen, not being able to be raided by Anko, and this is going to be another wall as well. Baby TZ for the plant. Let's see if they are able to break those walls. I don't think so, because the plant was done and about. Post-plant situations are at bay. Still complete members of Galaxy for this retake, so they can have that chance, but the lineup that Polly's already preparing for them is going to be a treat. Ginny, however, denies the flank from Aya, and that Toxic, I did mention this from earlier, will be tedious to work with. Baby TZ, they're marching down yellow, but still is shut down by Muffin for those respective trades for both sides of the team. But still, Polly, Aluka gets their own kills. Who gets the upper hand? Muffin here is going to clean it up, and this is going to be now the 10th point of Mad Army.
Once the sides have switched, there was nothing that NGX can do, and this is their map pick. Although, yes, Chloe did shut down that potential flank from Anko, but how they did push through the site, I mean, that's just textbook. But right now, this post-plat is not textbook, because right now, if you see Aluka running down and marching down to get those kills, the discipline from the team of Mad Army just really brought them that win. They weren't necessarily ego peaking, but they were just waiting for the team team of NGX to peek them, and they were getting those kills. And right now, it's a little bit shaky for NGX and the aggression now for this. Are they going to be successful? Because it's going to be another dynamic duo play here by Aya and Alka, and Polly shuts everything down, gets the head of Aya. And right now, Anko, she's the one moving forward. She's pressing W and getting those kills. And right now, there's kills here and there in the A site, and it's just down to Trix in her lonesome. She does have pieces of utility here, but is it gonna be enough here? Because no, the question was answered. Muffin did just get that kill. A 7-11 now, 2 points away.
Indeed. They just basically did it, you know? Anko and the gang were like W spray and pray, and it worked their way because it's their 11th point now to this day. And here we do see that in terms of economy, very healthy for the side of Mad Army. For the side of NGX, we are seeing Aluka with this operator, was able to save up, to say the least. And with one Spectre rather, and the others are on rifles. But then again, it's just the timing was really into the hands of Mad Army during previous rounds. So now we see a bit of a slow push coming in from Mad Army here. They're trying to test the waters or test the sites because they've already spotted out Aya, was able to dink it out up to 26 HP. So that alone is already big because it may force the heal that can come from Chloe. But Polly, though, will take down Trix into the grave. Chloe for the trade, and let's see how things are gonna go from here with a 2K for Chloe, just placing herself right in towards this area. Aya as well with the kill of her own Muffin to shut it down with 3 versus 2. Surprisingly, the Galaxy was able to work it out, and the res is also going to come to light.
Right now, but coming to life is not an option because Ginny is going to be here in her lonesome. It's going to be a 1-2-3 in terms of this clutch. Are we going to be seeing an Anoleaf clutch? No, because it's going to be Chloe shutting her down, and that's a 3K. That was just beautiful in terms of shutting down the aggression of Mad Army. They wanted to play it a little bit back, and in terms of this stack, that was just beautiful because right now there are 3 members of NGX towards the B site, and Chloe dancing around this part of the map was just really what got them that win. And although Ginny did get the first kill, that was just unfortunate for her because I mean people around her were just getting shut down by NGX, and maybe this is now the time for NGX to come to life. I mean, the resurrection, not just for an agent, but for the rest of the team members of NIGMA Galaxy.
Indeed, it takes 2 to tango, as they say, but Chloe was just really freestyling in towards that area from earlier, and this is actually a good time out for the side of Galaxy. I could have wished they did this through the previous round, to say the least, just so that they can have, at least for the 2 previous rounds, so that they can really have a breather for that. But you know what? NGX, we've also seen that they too have their moments wherein they can reset back up and bounce back the moment that the timeout has been called. So I'm excited to see what kind of strategies are going to plan in towards this defender side for them, because Mad Army is really beginning to be mad in towards taking this half. Because if you look at the boards right here, 6 consecutive wins, and they just need 2 more to close out the game. And here it's just interesting because anything can go. It's either they go berserk or they be toned down by Galaxy. So right now, Donut, what do you think is going to be the play here?
Well, in B, they were toned down, but right now it's going to be that Hunter's Fury to assist them in terms of this push. Aya, though, survives that. So what happened? I mean, Aya did not use any of her skills in that moment, but she just really manages to take a dodge. But what was it? Dodge was that bullet from Aluka getting that operator shot here. And right now there are 2 people remaining in this site. Will they peek her? But it's gonna be again Chloe for that shutdown. You can't do that to me. And because right now, okay, kitchen is my territory, and the plant is now in B, and there's a Viper's pit covering them around. So this is going to be their safe haven at the moment. But if you cross into Aluka's crosshair, then this is not going to be safe for you. So now Chloe hears everybody else at her bottom, but right now it's gonna be Polly here getting those kills, and it's gonna be BBTC, but Anna gets a 2k that they need to turn this around to 9 to 11.
This is just amazing for NGX, and again, for them, they were able to turn things around. Even as you say, that safe haven can only be so limited. And of course, one of the things that was really helpful was Chloe basically staying into that area just so that they can deny potential flanks. And this is the thing, it's a double-edged sword, especially with the Viper's ult, because okay, sure, you may be able to decay some of your enemies, but take note, the vision can really go so far. So despite you having that kind of advantage, if you really can't see your enemies or you are in an off angle, it can be used against you. So that's basically what Aya did, getting that 2k. So right now, Viper's Spit of Ivory's own does not want to let them enter a site. A bit of a whiff coming in from both sides of the team here as they went for that attempted duel. And right now, let's see how Mad Army is going to go at this, because they might commit A.
Yeah, they're gonna commit here, but right now there aren't kills just yet. Both of them are just slowing down, but that's gonna be Baby TZ shutting down Aya there. There are trades here in the A site, but it's still Ivory here, alive and kicking in the middle of her bubble. But right now, will she read the situation? She spots out Anko, but Anko gets her first. It's a 2v4 at the moment, and I think this is going to be a safe plant here by Baby TZ. At least here, Alaka gets two already with just one peek. Brings it down to a 2v2. Uses her Leer. That actually stops the plant, but Baby TZ repositions. And given that recon bolt, now Alaka knows where Anko is. Shuts her down, but it's going to be here. Just Baby TZ in her lonesome. They're going to be out for the hunt. And spots out the head, and Trix gets the kill. Now, they're coming alive, Zaya.
Coming alive, and again, off-angle positions are not your best bet. Look at that beautiful 2K coming in from Aluka as she takes advantage of that. And of course, that free-aim capability. She knows how Anko's going to play this, because she is a Reina herself. You know that famous line from Daiki, the only one who can beat me is me, and that's just basically it. And you know that two Spider-Man memes that are pointing at each other, that's just it. It's just that Aluka had the upper hand at that moment. And you know what? Tricks to clean it up, it's just real beautifully made. 10 to 11 now. It's basically NGX trying to catch up into these rounds. And you know, I'm not really gonna be surprised if we go for a potential overtime.
Yeah, not surprising at all. These are two of the favorites here in FSL Elite. And right now, this is the map pick of NGX. But Mad Army, they're just out for the hunt. They just want to go B again because A wasn't as successful in terms of their post plant. So right now, it's going to be Muffin here, trying to create space for the team. And that wall is the space that they need to get that plant down.
And of course, Aluka will also get Polly down as well in the process here. So it's still retake. They do have numbers advantage, but Aluka not giving them a breather here. Just really taking these bodies on the floor. Anko for the trade of her own. Let's see who gets the better thrown. Baby TZ on the other side of the spectrum was able to take down Aluka on an off angle here as well, with Anko spotting them out. Aya and Ivory with those kills all the way up to a 1 versus 1. Let's see, they are gonna go for the defuse for Aya. That is a fake, but Aya goes and secures, and it is a tie for this scoreline.
11 to 11 now. I mean, it's just really a seesaw battle. Initially, NGX had the lead. Mad Army took it away from them, and right now, this is just really an equalizer for both of these teams. Just beautiful movement there by Anko, but it was just really Aya at the very last moment who prevailed. I mean, they already had the very favorable situation, but Aya, she just really manages to take it away from Mad Army. It really goes to show the raw skill of the queens of the galaxy. And yes, I am ready for overtime, Zaya.
I told you, Aya and Trix, they're magicians at the moment. They're creating wonders here, and it's not just team effort, but their reflexes, man. man. It takes a lot of practice and it's showing. And look at that beautiful fake audio cue coming from Aya, and it worked favorable for her. Beautifully done. And it's just making things all favorable for the side of Galaxy. Although this is a half health, or actually low brink of health there with the help of Chloe with that heal. But Muffin still catches Ivory into the corner. Let's see if things are gonna take a turn for the side of Mad Army.
Muffin there takes down Aloka, so there are just 3 remaining that they have to take care of. And that wall will give them all the space that they need, and that recon bolt shut down in terms of any intel that they can get from NGX. But beautiful post-back position. At least Jinny is spotted there. She gets tagged down, and Aya is gonna be successful with that kill. And now Chloe also gets one of her own, brings it down to a 3v2.
Crossfire.
But there's a crossfire here by Anko and the rest of the team members. Mad Army, and Chloe is getting these kills, and it's not landing for Baby TZ. So Trix is just gonna try and get the kill that she needs. So this is gonna be half the fuse already, but Baby TZ, it's the perfect moment. Almost a defuse there by Trix. Baby TZ, what was that? Good game sense from her.
Checking out this replay real quick. Started off as I goes for the open. Muffin for the trade here. And let's see, this crossfire, this could have worked well for the side of Mad Army a bit earlier if Chloe wasn't able to really isolate the fight. But it's also lucky that Baby TZ was up on her feet, was able to get Trix in time, because I think she knew at that point, or maybe someone, you know, communicated with her saying, hey, that's half defuse, go ahead for the push. Because at that point, it'll take some amount of time before Trix gets to stand up. And, you know, it was just utilized then and there. 11-12 into our scoreline, though. Still, you know, eyeing out for that overtime. But if Mad Army is able to clean this up, then this is amazing indeed. But at least, you know, at least on my shoes, this is really, really a close fight.
Yeah, very close indeed. I mean, right now, though, there is that stack towards the A site, but it's just what Trix here. She's gonna call for aid from her teammates because she at least spots out the head of Baby TZ once she peeks out. But she tries to get another one but misses the shot. But here's gonna be Muffin. She gets up top and gets the kill. And right now, Aloka, what can she do? She can't stop this climb, but she has to wait for her teammates. But Muffin takes down Aya. It's not gonna be enough. This is now a 3v4. A numbers advantage for the team of NGX. Well, make it now an even fight because it's a 4v4 here done by Chloe. Ivory spots out the head, barely misses the shot here. And right now, it's going to be Anko in this yellow position. These are the perfect post-plant positions, but Ivory, they're just taking the kills. Alga getting the kill of her own, and Aya with that blade storm. So beautiful. At least Polly had that kill with that snake bite, but that's still a half diffuse, and that's overtime now for NGX versus Mad Army.
So embarrassing.
Overtime 1, and here we go. This is just, I mean, it's expected to say the least. At least ever since the panel side, but man, these girls are amazing. Look at that, Trix with an off angle, as well as Muffin from below, and Muffin as well to secure at least from under 2. But it's just both of these teams, they know how to check their angles. They know their intuitions in terms of, hey, is there somebody going to go onto that potential flank? Is someone going to be in this corner? Basically, they are they have it. They have the skills, they have the instincts. It's just a matter of timing. And it just so happens that Galaxy was able to really clutch it up until the 12 point that they have. And now here we go on overtime. So it's still anyone's favorite, anyone's game. But is it a double peak? Beautifully done by Mad Army.
Yeah, Baby TZ gets that opening that they need. They actually read the team of NGX like a book there. Really thought that there was going to be that updraft dash there by Aya. So now Baby TZ shuts her down. But right now, the rest of the team members of NGX, they're creeping their way here towards the B site. But there's going to be this Viper. Very, very wide in terms of the peak. But at least she has that one-way smoke to try and slow down this push. Because they don't have any information just yet where they are. But this peak here by Aloka signals Polly that they are here towards this B site. Again, with that wall, for that plant, but Alka as well with the kills that they need. And right now, Baby TZ is tagged up, but at least she's gonna get healed up right now. And this is gonna be a 4v4 right now. Another equalizer game, a 12 to 12, a 4v4. What can they do, Saya?
Basically, they need to isolate the fights. If not, go ham and just and just go for it. But Aloka here with all of these aims alongside with Chloe, they're reducing the numbers. Anko for that high trade. It is half defused though, but with this toxin, can it really go so far? Is it gonna be defused? Yes, indeed. It's at least for the safe play, and that is a beautiful, beautiful Nano Leaf clutch moment by Mad Army.
What was that clutch? They just really wanted to go. I mean, the team of NGX, they wanted to go ham. They defended the spike as much as they could. But right now, that call for a defuse there by Ginny was just 200 IQ plays. They just stole it away. They didn't really want to deal with the duels anymore because they don't necessarily need the eco for the next round. So what they did was, okay, I'm going to risk this. And that was such a high reward for them. Gets them 1 point in terms of their lead. But right now, that was the attack of NGX. Mad Army. Are they mad yet again in terms of this attack? Because we've seen them again. Anko to the left, Anko to the right. And then Cheeks getting the kills here and there. So this is going to be scary for NGX.
It's as if that they've potioned themselves with berserkery, but Ivory here to deny it really well, getting that numbers advantage. But you know what they say, that it's not just about kills, it's about the clutches, and it's not just getting heads down, but also diffusing the spike. And Ginny just did that on her own accord in towards that previous round, but right now focusing here. Anko being down, and we've seen time and time again how Anko is basically one of the the frontliners for a Mad Army. And Aluka here to shut down Muffin as well. How can this go? Baby TZ4 trade of our own, but is it gonna be another though? 4 versus 3 on the clock. They have the timers ticking, and it's only up to 30 seconds. Polly though goes for one man down. One woman down rather, before planting the spike. So they are saving or protecting their friend. And Ginny with a 2K. Polly to clean it up. Ladies and gents, this is an interesting victory for Mad Army.
Whoa, that was such a quick last round. I mean, it was initially a 3v3, but what happened was everybody peaked at the perfect moment, and that was a perfect spray down by all 3 of them all at once. I mean, it's like they knew when and where they would peak. So that was just beautiful there by Mad Army.
Yes, I mean, it's really two of the things for Mad Army and NGX per se. If you're just gonna go for a delayed push, might as well go ham and go and check those angles, in which Mad Army did, because you've seen how Polly just tried to fake that plant first before checking in the corners just to secure her spot. That alone is discipline. But you know what? A lot more of these when we return, as we will be taking a bit of a short break, guys. So also really watch out for that Secret Lab giveaways that are given in towards that comment section, guys. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hit you with the 808.
Hit you with the
Hi guys, and welcome back to the desk for the Valorant Champions Tour Game Changers Southeast Asian Series FSL Elite, the league that's all about growing the competitive women's gaming scene, seeing how women in esports change the game. We had a really close map number 1 between NIGMA Galaxy and Mad Army. NIGMA Galaxy keeping it to within 3 rounds, the whole map, even bringing it to overtime. Jace and Zaya, what did we think about how both these teams performed?
If you're looking at, I mean, it sounds like game number 2, doesn't it? The Thai team versus the PH team, very close match on Icebox to start the day off. That's exactly how it went earlier on as well. And there you see it. Anko, an absolutely amazing player to start the day off. Aya as well. Aya starting off today firing on all cylinders. You know what? Yesterday, Aya had a bit of a slow start, and it had to be tricks to get all the numbers up. But today, Aya, she's started from the bottom, now she's here. But yeah, absolutely amazing play there. Anko on that defending side to start things off had a huge effect on the flow of the game. And if you notice, throughout that entire game, neither of these teams were very momentum based. They could speed up or they could slow down whenever the scenario demanded it. So yeah, the fact that that scoreline was so close at the very end of the day, it's understandable. Now, going forward, it's still hard to draw conclusions because they were both so evenly matched. Look at that damage, it's the same!
Yes, and of course, it's basically a proven fact, especially with these stats, that they're pretty close. That it's not a time where in both of these teams kind of like drop down. It's just more on the timing and position that kind of dictated a certain round for each of them. And I guess basically the deciding point here is that when Mad Army just consecutively won the first 6 rounds of the second half, like you can really tell that whenever a certain team switch sides, they just basically turn on some switch that even us didn't expect.
Yeah, and we saw at least 3 Secret Lab flawless this time around.
Yeah.
And I know, Jace, you were talking about Anko for this year's from Mad Army. I wanted to also talk a bit about Ginny as well. Just what do we think about the addition of Ginny to Mad Army today? Just how different is the team playing compared to yesterday? And also, who are maybe some of the other players we should watch out for in this next map?
Well, Ginny has had some amazing cleanup potential in a lot of those clutches, and even when they're not clutches, as long as that she's with 1 or 2 players left remaining on her side, and she's against 3 or 4 players, she can clean that up no problem. She's got all that experience, years of experience that she can pull from. Players to watch going forward, I think Polly did a really good job. She knows when to situationally pull out some the right weapons. Infamously a judge up on B long with the Viper walls. She knows when to pull that out. And if you're looking at the side of NIGMA Galaxy, Trix always does her job, so does Aya. I think Aluka had a slow start today. And yeah, she had some plays later on that Reyna, but I think she could do a little bit more. So a little bit more to come out from Aluka. And Chloe had big contributions as well. I love seeing Chloe play the way she plays. But I want to see more from Aluka, I want to see more from Polly. I think those 2 are the players to watch going into Haven.
Zaya, how about you? Who's been standing out for you?
Basically also Ginny, because Ginny, this is the advantage of having one of the players that really has that expertise. The fact that she's versatile enough to really read the situations is quite interesting, and it really had rewards because they were able to win game number 1, especially with these clutch moments that Ginny also created and spaces that were made too in her hands. So now as we progress in towards Haven, I'm excited how things are gonna go because this is a selected map by Mad Army.
Yep, it is Mad Army's map pick this time around. NIGMA Galaxy will be starting out on defense. Do we think that the Haven pick is going to favor either team, or maybe that Mad Army starting out offense? We think that's good for them, right?
For offense, to say the least, for Mad Army, I mean, we've seen it from earlier, right? They're amazing in doing that. So if that aggression that they've shown in towards our first game really transcribed to the second match that we're gonna have now, I think they will have a similar matchup as to match number 1. What do you think, Jace?
I because Icebox has been pretty even for a lot of teams so far, I think maybe there's more potential for a bigger gap than that 3-point gap that we've seen so far. So I think maybe we might see a little bit of a lead coming off, especially as NGX. They may be starting on that defender side, so that does mean Mad Army can get a bit of a lead starting on that attacking side. But we might see that comeback happen once we switch sides as well. So I think because Lima ending off on that attacker side, might be able to close up the map.
Yep, Mad Army definitely a live fast, die young kind of team. Love that type of play style. Do you think that we'll see a map 3 ascent? Have our predictions changed in any sort of way after seeing that map 1? Are we still looking at a 2-1? What do we think?
Well, I did say 2-1 earlier, so I am expecting a third map.
Jace?
Yeah, same. I think 2-1, still in favor of NIGMA Galaxy, but Mad Army making it very hard to keep that opinion.
Alright, we're gonna go into Agent Select right now. Looks to be pretty standard across the board. There is the Omen for the side of Mad Army. However, what are we feeling? Ooh, Astra, if Nigma Galaxy pick it
Okay.
up.
Interesting, as we are going to see Sentinels and a controller for
Mhm.
NGX here having the Astra to be their potential smoker here. And this is good because the kit sets of Astra and Omen are vastly different. So we are going to expect some, changes around strategies for both sides of the teams. They do have both
Choose
the
your
Sova as intels here. But what is making me all the more excited is how Chloe and Baby TZ are different in Sentinels. Take note, there is no Sage is going to come into play, no revive, no heals are going to come, except for Aluka and Anko, respectively, with this Reina. So it's just really exciting. I feel like, a close game once again is going to arise here.
All right, well, I can't wait to see how game number 2 shakes out and to see if Nigma Galaxy can bring this to a 1-1 and force that map number 3 on Ascent. Here to talk you through it once again are going to be Donut and Zaya. Ladies, all ears on you.
Whew, after that very, very fiery rounds in Icebox, we're gonna be seeing now the map of Haven, and both of these teams are very, very well prepared because a lot of the times that they played against each other in this specific map, it was such a close game. I recall that there was this one tournament, Zaya, that we did
Mhm.
cast, and there was what?
Yeah,
Quadruple overtimes for both of the
I
teams. I mean, they were
know.
part of a different team then, but most of the comp now of Mad Army are composed of those three members. So right now I think Haven will be something tricky for both of the teams, because if one of the team members are starting on attack, we could really see in terms of the aggression, because both of the teams like to play on that double duelist setup.
Indeed, because basically, like two duelists are already like a standard at this point. Because if one goes for the front line, if it's killed, there's the trades that are gonna happen across the floor, and it's already vital at this point. Sage, you can see it quite dwindle down, or some skites used just situationally, because you would want to control sites, especially if it's Haven. These are three sites you have to consider. So a lot of controls is one of the things that you need, especially when, if, example, if you're attackers, you would want to have a really nice post plant situation. If you're defenders, you would want to have a full retake with all of these utilities at play. So these agent picks for both sides of our teams quite similar, just a little bit of different shake up in terms of smokes and their sentinels. But you know what, Donut, we're going to see it, because at the end of the day, it's just timing, position, and the way they execute their strategies is what's going to dictate who's to be the victor of this match.
Yeah, and the only difference in terms of their comp would be, of course, that Sentinel. The team of Mad Army did choose that Cypher against, of
Revealing
course,
area.
Chloe's Killjoy. So this is gonna be interesting, and as well as the controllers for this one. So in terms of the attacks, there will be advantages for at least the side of Mad Army, because they have that paranoia of that Omen. But they're starting it quite slow right now. There is a stack for three people here in that ace site, but that's not where the team of Mad Army are going. They want to push through Garage. There's only going to be that alarm bot that's gonna stop them, or at least give NGX that information where they're currently pushing.
And again, with this drone, we do see Ginny. I think that's at least enough to telegraph that there are people towards City. But right now, they do have an open take for Seaside, and this is going to be on full retake for the side of NGX. So right now, they are opting for at least, I reckon, 2 on C long and then some on the corners of the site. But here, if they are not to see them into the corner, then that's going to be 1 by Chloe for the trade. And let's see, because this drone here may spot out 1 or 2, but still a look on the flank did a tremendous job setting down Ginny Anko for the trade. The moment that the Cage is dropped dead down, Baby TZ with her own Anko for the 2, Tricks for the shutdown, and to be detected, dinks a bit, goes for the jump, and still Polly goes to secure the first round.
Well, that was just a seamless entry towards that C-site, right? So that the team of NGX just gave the C-site away because they really wanted to play the retake. Well, however, there was this one distraction here towards Garage. They were caught off guard. Although 3 of them did jump out of the window, there was still 1 taken down. And Anko, that really was the impact kills that they had in terms of that post plan. Anko holding that position. Imagine just really waiting for them outside of that smoke and then having your crosshair placed at the perfect space. I mean, and her getting that follow-up kill was just beautiful, at least for Anko. And right now, Anko, the same person that we're looking at right now, she's going through this A site together with the rest of her teammates.
And right now we are to see here again to be detected and is forced to reposition for their sake, but still they haven't really entered this site just yet, so it means in terms of holding it off despite the save that NGX has done, I think they're just gonna go and wait for the right time to happen. That's 1 beautiful spray and collateral from Muffin here, but better weaponry still has the upper hand. Chloe was able to take down Polly, to say the least, denying that potential flawless moment from Secret Lab into the hands of Mad Army. But still, going back, the spike has been planted. I mean, it's quite predictable that Mad Army is to win this round because 1, better weaponry, number 2, that delayed push effect. It has been effective for them, at least for the past few games and tournaments that they have been doing. So, why fix something that isn't? But Ivory goes for that quick peek, right click, Ginny for the 2K cleanup. Beautifully done.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the weaponry, it was really the advantage there of Mad Army. Although, yes, they did get a little bit of kills here and there, especially for Chloe with that entry. But it's just, a spray down there by Muffin, and it was too much for them to contain, actually. And right now, I mean, Alaka was holding a shorty. What could have she done at that moment, right? I mean, they were waiting for a push, an aggressive push. But I guess the team of Mad Army, they knew that they were holding some menial weapons. So a shorty is going to be scary in those situations. Right now, at least the team of NGX, they have the better weapons. And in terms of the disparity, it's now down to Mad Army.
Definitely an easy deny of that drone from our defenders here. The gravity pool is already up and running, denies that potential aggression, and Ivory also goes for a kill of her own. So it basically her her skills were put into good use, but now -1 for the side, and Muffin as well with low health. To be fair, this is a bonus round for Mad Army, so and it just so happens that NGX has better weaponry at this round, so maybe they can really turn the things around here, and the fact that they are defenders, so they do have some amount of luxury in waiting for these peaks and waiting for this push that can come from Mad Army.
Yeah, and it looks like they're leaning towards that C site, but it's just gonna be Chloe here with her Spectre guarding this one, and she's just hidden by this box because, okay, her alarm bot is down towards Garage, so she has another thing to worry about, but that paranoia is gonna be signaling their entry. But good thing about this is from Chloe gets her 3 already, and there's just gonna be Ginny for that trade. But right now she can't really even plant the spike because Trix is gonna mow her down, and it's gonna be the 3rd round turnaround now for NGX.
You can safely say that that spot where Chloe is at, and we've seen Chloe play in corners time and time again to basically turn the tides around. Look at that beautiful 1Q, but is going to be shut down by Ginny. But nonetheless, it is a good way to have their point here, as you know, they basically denied another point from Mad Army. So that alone is already a good thing.
Yeah, that's 1 point away from them, but at least, well, the team of Man Army, of course, they are able to buy up yet again. But right now, this is a different setup in terms of the defense of NGX, because we only have here Ivory defending the A side. But I guess they're just gonna give this away, because right now, there's nobody to contest this entry. But at least Trix here, at the other side of the map, tries to control the flank, tries to push up for information, but instead gets that kill. But Ivory is gonna get smoked off. So she has now that information that what they're walking here towards the A site. And this is not gonna be a stopped plan at all because I mean the smokes are stellar here now for the team of Mad Army.
This is an interesting spike plant here. It's not planted for long, so they are going to position themselves in the side. Ginny for the flank gets Aluka down in towards a link, so it kind of forces both Chloe and Trix to look from their behind, which is a good thing because Anko can take advantage of this with one Chloe to shut it down. Lockdown is to be used. They have to be very careful. One player is to be detained. Let's see if it's gonna go into light. Ivory though takes one down. That's gonna be a defuse. Is it enough though? That's one on the pings, but 1-on-1. It's half defused. Goes for the fake, and Ginny still takes that opportunity for a win.
Yeah, who would have known that a Sova would be up there for the flank? It's usually really a Sentinel or an Astro, right? But right now, even as that initiator, she can really play on that role as that flanker. And Jenny there, I mean, she did prove in the map of Icebox she has that top tier game sense. And right now, she was the reason for that win of Mad Army. I mean, Trix didn't necessarily think that she would be up there flanking and trying to stop that diffuse now. But I mean, in terms of the defense of NGX, it's been good. But it could be better in terms of like reading the opponents. Because right now, that was supposed to be just what for the drone, but again, a kill, a headshot kill.
You know what they say, if anything works, then just roll with it, right? So that's just the play for NGX here. Taking two down. And take note, Anko and Polly are down. So they don't have a smoke to work with. They are attackers and they do need that. Anko as well as one of the entry aside from Muffin. But you know what? Maybe they can work this out. They are still 3 in numbers. So maybe double peaks and one goes for the lurk. Could be possible, but that was a beautiful shock dart. Destroyed the camera in the process as well, and to use that recon bolt, but not gonna take anyone to say the least. But that's gonna be a hit. Is it gonna be successful for Aya with a beautiful angle isolation? And finally, only maintaining it up to Baby TZ, who is into their spawn. Let's see if Chloe is to spot her out with that jiggle peek. Is it enough though? Because look at them running down, crashing in, not gonna be able to transfer it as Strix goes for the secure kill.
Yeah, the amount of mid control that the team of NGX got from this push. I mean, Alka was successful with that kill, but Aya here, she did something better. She was able to isolate these angles, getting her to as well. So, I mean, that's the reason why sometimes a Cypher would really have the camera up in mid, but they wanted to control the C push that potentially could be done by NGX. And right now, the team of Mad Army, this is going to be another exchange of scores as I'm seeing it right now, because they're like reading each other like a book here. But right now, Anko is just really pushing forward. I mean, in terms of this push though, Trix is going to spot her out and get that kill.
Bit of a risky entry from Anko there, as it should be, because garage window is quite big.
enemy
But look at this.
remaining.
Chloe with the two
Spike
beautiful
down,
3K spray transfer. Again, for the second time around. Chloe has been popping up for the side of Galaxy here, and it's really being put to good use. And right now, they do have the luxury to potentially have this flawless round here for the side of NGX up until, Ginny has something to say. But right now, she is in towards this corner, but I'm not sure if she could spot out the people who's crawling towards Long. Take note, there are a lot of angles that they can, choose from here. Oh, firing it out. That's gonna be one. But Astra, we are seeing Ivory here trying to push out into her right, but it's not gonna be enough as Chloe takes a 4K.
Yeah, I mean, the map of Icebox, we've seen a lot of flawless rounds, but right now this is getting intense with these kills. I mean, in terms of this entry, though, Chloe did really... I mean, her addition to the team, I mean, is really just stellar as she is that anchor for the team. And together with, of course, the rest of her teammates, they just really rotate at the perfect time to try and slow down the push here of Mad Army. And right now, it's another equal situation. And that was just really a save round for Mad Army. So this time, right now, this push here towards an A site, will this be read like a book by NGX?
We'll just have to see because right now Aya is watching towards short here in a higher angle. That's gonna be a Lear. Let's see, Aluka will just go for the shutdown. Not the best case scenario to put the Lear, especially in an open area such as that, because you're basically gonna be taken advantage of. And right now, 4 to 5 people in here, in which Galaxy has the upper hand, and this kind of made Mad Army to tone it down a bit and try, a better strategy at play. Can they go for fakes or will just commit to this? Because I feel like they are.
Eagle-eyed.
Timing for VCT with that peak though, but there's still one remaining here, and this Alka is gonna get shut down by Ginny, and it's gonna be
I
Muffin.
know exactly.
Beautiful kill there, even though she misses that. Wow, I mean, Chloe still has a lockdown, so this is still possible, but I mean, she's now down to the hands of Baby TZ. It's just up to Trix now. She does have an inkling that somebody might have pushed up, but Baby TZ holding that off angle takes 3 already. Imagine Baby TZ as that cipher, but allowing the entry for this C site, A site, sorry. It's just amazing. And Ivory, though, she did not expect somebody to push up that smoke.
Look at that
And that was-
pixel view. You saw
Yeah.
how Baby TZ just spots out one in towards that cage, out in towards City. That's some high level reflexes there, or maybe just good eyesight because I don't definitely. But then going back here and then just Baby TC just decides to really push towards A link for potential flank, in which she spots out Trix. Thundersteer is going to hit Ginny in the process, but it's still they are not have yet to push this A side. They are eyeing up for A side simply because the chances of success are in here for Mad Army. So it is gonna be detected. Anko here kind of wins a little bit. Uses that updraft. Beautifully done with the Blade Storm. Aluka for the trade of her own in getting the Anko in the process. But Aluka with the beautiful 3K. She is mad, and she is definitely demonstrating it here. And with that shock dart to deny anything in the process, Tricks for the cleanup right now. And that is your secret lab flawless by NGX.
Yeah, the first one was just amazing. This crossfire setup between Aya and Alaka, it just really means that, girl, I got your back. So whoever would peek and would push up a long, I mean, each of them would peek at a certain angle, and each time that they do, they get a kill. And Alaka, she really wanted to pull up that Blade Storm just to get maybe Anko in that situation, but no, she uses the updraft, uses her mechanical skill to spot out, get information, but also get that kill. So that was just beautifully done for both of them in terms of really holding down that ace site. But right now, this is a different setup because it's gonna be Chloe here with that lockdown available for her to use to try and stop and slow down the plant, or maybe just opt this for the retake. But right now, I mean, how they're positioned towards this map, there are two outside of B. Maybe they're trying to sell a fake, but there is that drone that was heard by Chloe already. And I mean, that turret being destroyed just really means that there is somebody lurking there, but they don't know how many.
Indeed, and right now let's see. Beautiful. That's gonna be one, but not another as Anko goes for the trade. Let's see if it's going to be giving into light here. As Muffin also secures a kill in towards A side. Ooh, Ivory is going to be hit by that shock dart. Aya, who is hearing the footsteps of Anko from B, shuts it down, uses the smoke for Muffin. Has to be very careful when pushing this though, because things are about to get worse. Off angle kill. That is beautifully done with the 2K as Ivory here really gets the pre-aim done and quite flawless, if I would say it by myself. So it started off here, Trix and Uncle getting the respective trades. Unfortunately, though, at least this round it was more on off angle kills, to say the least.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful retake for them because they just really slowed down because they tried to be a little bit fast with how they did retake the A site. But right now, they're very careful about checking each of the corners because you know that Mad Army also loves these off angles. So the only way that they could respond was have those angles for their own. And right now, NGX do have the lead here, but right now, even with this eco buy from Mad Army, this is still possible, and this might be a thrifty round for them, especially if they learn from their mistakes that they've done in the previous rounds. But this setup here, it's going to be this duo crossfire here, but between Aloka and Aya yet again, but it's just Baby TZ here with that Marshall. So once Aya spots out this Cyber, she does get that kill, so nobody else is gonna be there towards C because the rest of them are planning to go and maybe do this quick plant towards the B site.
And is to be detected. Ivory here with the recon, but does not peek towards A link. This is interesting. They're ringing around the Rosie right now, but Ivory still takes the off angle kill. Let's see. They haven't spotted out Muffin just yet, but a bit of a whiff with that Sheriff and still makes it through as Muffin uses the Blaze Storm and was able to kill it as Anko helps his friend. Was able to get the Phantom right now. So 2 versus 2. In terms of positions, double peak play may go for Anko and Muffin. For the side of NGX, maybe they can try to sandwich this out in a matter where it's timely. You know, try and count 1, 2, 3. Okay, peak, go. But you know, let's see if that is going to be the play here, because right now, maybe in towards this city. One of them is to be reckoned, but Aya though still goes for the shutdown here, getting Anko down. Aluka for the defense. Blade Storm is over to one. She just needs to jiggle peek. She just needs to buy time here for Muffin. Does not need to necessarily, you know, take it the leap of faith though. She's committing. She's committing. That's a half. Is it enough? No, the timing. The timing is in the favor of NGX, and 4-6 now. They were able to turn tables around at least by 2 points.
Yeah, I called it. It was almost a thrifty round there with just that push towards B, but it was all a mere distraction. Because right now, I mean, how Mad Army are landing these shots still and able to make it a 2v2 during a thrifty round just really goes to show that they have a say here in the Haven. And look at this. The way that Aya did decide to just use the Cloud Burst for cover, get it to half, because she knows the timing. She's really that duelist made for the team. And the moment that the Cloud Burst dissipated, then it was a perfect moment for that kill. But speaking of perfect timing, Haluka, now with this operator, be scared now, Mad Army.
Definitely. Where was the berserk that has happened in Icebox? But you know, this is still the first half, and we did see that NGX was, you know, advantageous during that phase. But in towards that panel, we did mention, you know, we saw that maybe Mad Army is really good in attack. That's why we kind of expected them to have the lead here. But Galaxy is, you know, making a statement, proving us wrong. So let's see.
Yeah, and it's really the power of the Killjoy now, and also Chloe as well as the one who's guarding these sites, because she always gets those multi kills. And right now, Muffin gets spotted out by that alarm bot, and Chloe decides to peek, but that's gonna be quite scary because if Muffin gets that kill, she can instantly just dash away. The good thing about this is there is cover here for her, so she can just easily back
30
away because
seconds
she
left.
still has that lockdown, so she is still valuable for that team. But Aya here with that push, very, very hungry for those kills, gets baby
One enemy
TC. But
remaining.
right now, again, Chloe in this situation, will she be able to get another multi-kill? She gets spotted out by Ginny, and that is
Oh.
going to be a plant. But what is
Planted.
going to happen, because she's 48 HP and Ivory is just holding this angle. Beautiful peek by Ivory there. She knows that Ginny was gonna peek because she was just really waiting for her teammate to go around the boxes and maybe get that kill. But yeah, I mean, communications now for NGX very, very stellar, because the way that they're trying to create space, create control
left.
across the map, especially here with Aya getting that kill against the Cypher, there's nobody anymore to
enemy
stop those
remaining.
flanks.
And just like that again, utilities were at play at this point, and 4-7 now into the hands of Galaxy. They're doing a pretty good job in terms of, you know, getting back up or bouncing back up from the previous rounds that we've had. So basically, it's safe to say that Galaxy was able to adapt into whatever Mad Army is bringing at the table, because that is also where Galaxy is known for. The fact that they are able to really learn or get that pattern right. And because if you notice that they are starting to be more really organized, well, not really organized, more like planned out a play of defense here for both sides. See, they wait for the utilities to happen before they go for the peek and kill. But Anko though is trying to get that Revenger squad, getting that 2K. She knows where Trix is at in towards heaven, so a little bit of peek up in here towards heaven could be the death of her. But right now, this post plant situation is happening. Uses the Hunter's Fury, can get maybe a bit of an intel to where they're at. That is going to be one Hunter's Fury down. Tricks for the trade in towards smoke. However, Aya goes and secures it as well. The double peek with Baby TZ against Baby TZ. Holly and Ginny though still went for that cleanup. 5-7 on the scoreline. Very viable for the next half.
Switching sides.
Yeah, very viable now because they're the ones defending, and we'll be seeing now Baby TZ pop off as that Cypher during the defense. Because earlier on, I mean, she was always getting shut down by Aya and the rest of the teammates who are flanking. Because it's just, I think Aya and Trix have an
Careful
objective
here.
in terms of
Careful
this
here.
push, not only to get information but also to create space and create control across the map of Haven, and especially during the defense. It's important for them to stay alive during
There.
these, well, quote unquote journeys to kill the flankers. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the defense now, we're going to be seeing maybe Baby TZ pop off as that Cypher, because I've been waiting for that moment as well during maybe the post plants, but it's usually the rest of the team members. This is gonna be a fast B hit, Saya.
Indeed. And they're just creating noise with that cage that came in from Baby TZ here. And that's gonna be a shock dart. It's going to inflict some amount of damage, at least by 7 here. But Chloe though, again with her sprays, is just working really well for the team. So goes in towards that smoke. That's gonna be one for Baby TZ. Fakes the defuse once again. Oh, but Trick still gets one before getting pinned down by Jin. But the 4K to end it though. Chloe, you are popping off. What did you have dinner for today? I want some of that.
Chloe, I mean, she's not only good for the defenses, but she's also good during these post-plant situations. And this is gonna be scary now for Mad Army, especially if she does have all of her utilities set up during the post-plant. I mean, how else could you? Okay, you can spray them down, at least the alarm bot and as well as the swarm grenades, yes. But if you're up against Chloe in these types of situations, it was just a pistol round. What more can she do with her Phantom, right?
Definitely. And you see the way how Chloe just controls her spray, like from one head to another, and that's just really it takes really really some amount of practice or mastery to do that, and she's been really showing it here in towards Haven. Take note, this is the map that Mad Army picked. So right now it's really interesting how NGX is just making things work well for them. But that's gonna be a shorty kill followed by Aya for the trade here. Let's see if it comes to light.
Oh, they're making it happen with these pistols. They bring it down to a 3v3. Aya, however, did get control of the B site, but Anko is such a nuisance here towards mid. At least Trix is gonna be there for the shutdown. That Recon Bolt is gonna spot them out. They're all low on HP, so maybe just a stray bullet from the classic can bring them down. But the rotations now are very smart here by NGX. But there's gonna be Ginny here to be treated by them. At least Ginny gets one, but it's up to Polly, who has picked up the Spectre.
Planted.
I mean, she can just spray them down. They have to be careful. The ladies of NGX, they have to be careful not to line up, because Polly, she seems very healthy at this point, but at least that Elm drone is gonna spot out, and even that alarm bot, Chloe, just peeks at the perfect time to spray her down, and that's another win by NGX.
That was beautiful usage of utilities for both the Sova and Chloe to boot. That was really beautiful, because using the drones as bait followed by the alarm bot for another distraction to follow through, that was beautifully made for both of them. And it's just, again, synergy for both sides of the team, really doing a good job. And let's see how Mad Army is going to do it, because I think they're starting to tone down a bit, at least for this attacker side that they have. I mean, for the defender side that they have.
Yeah, I mean, Alaka is the only one who picked up a rifle going into this round, because Alaka, she is that perfect agent for this NG. But it's Ginny here holding the battle. She gets the head of Chloe. She's gonna tag down at least the rest of the members of NGX, but that's not gonna be enough, because Muffin will spray them back down. So right now, in terms of this push, Anko just puts a halt to everything else. Ivory at least gets a kill, but Muffin with that 3K gets them another win, stopping the momentum of NGX.
Definitely, and that's what they needed, because, you know, if anything, they have the better weaponry up on this third round of the second half, so it's just bound to happen that they are to win this. And take note, you mentioned Aluka was the only one who had a Vandal up on her sleeve during that previous round, so technically it could be a bonus round for them, you know, letting Mad Army win, especially in terms of weaponry. But 6-9 onto our scoreboard here. Chloe still has a Spectre to work with, so I reckon she might go in another cheeky angle play later on towards post plant if that were to happen, because we've seen that time and time again, right? She uses the Spectre to spray and then, you know, hope for the best, and it was really working for her. So let's see if it shows. But right now, Muffin, to open it out, takes down Trix.
Yeah, I mean, with no Sova in the picture now in terms of this attack, it's going to be quite impossible for them to take control of a site. But right now, I guess in terms of the entry, Aya has been very successful with those dashes, getting them off guard with those kills. But Muffin right now, with the angle that she's speaking, I think she knows that Aya will be maybe going that direction. But right now, that's not going to be the case. Anko here holds this very cheeky position, but the good thing about this is Alaka is ready for her shots down the Reina flank. And given this, Polly, she does have that paranoia, so it has to be just timed perfectly. But even with that spray down, she doesn't get anybody.
30 seconds left.
Using the pull again, but at least at a higher angle. Muffin will be taking Aluka down, not going to isolate the fight. Chloe shuts it down. Polly and Muffin once more goes for that 4K, really starting it off right now. So we're starting to see here Muffin really getting her reflexes done and about. So let's look at this replay real quick, Donut.
Yeah, and look at that. I mean, they knew that they were going long, so the Omen, Polly called for help. Okay, what she had to do with that paranoia, although it wasn't converted to a kill, that slowed down the push, allowed the rest of the team members, Muffin, and as well as Ginny, to take their positions. Ginny with that Hunter's Fury, I mean, didn't get a kill, but that just really will that was effective in trying to slow them down. And right now, it's very effective because NGX, they're on eco. And well, we've seen thrifty rounds from them, but right now in terms of the positions, this might be a quick plant here in B, and this might be take 2 of what happened in the pistol round that we saw earlier.
But we'll have to see because anything can still happen for both sides of the team. They just need to place themselves in a favorable manner. But right now, Aya with the low brink of hell takes a wide peek. Baby TZ for the kill. Ankoen as well tries to go for the chase. Baby TZ's not gonna go down without a fight here. And just like that, you see it across the floor. They were able to play around mid and B site here, and they're slowly catching up onto the scoreline. This is a similar feat that happened in towards Icebox, wherein when the match swaps or switches position, that's where Mad Army goes berserk.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, baby TZ, she had to reload her rifle, but she knows that Chloe will be out there to chase her. So, I mean, the moment that she was able to reset that reload, she was very ready for that. I mean, in terms of the amount of defense, the effort of Mad Army right now, it's quite similar to how NGX was doing so. So, there are 3 heavy defense in terms of a site, a very well, not at all in B because I think they'll just really play retake right now. But the team of NGX, they're leaning towards this A side, but the spike is really far behind.
Really far behind there, but that was a beautiful double peek and trade for Alka and company. 3 versus 4 now in terms of numbers. NGX do have the upper hand. They can play around the map right here if they choose to, because members of Mad Army are an ace site for that potential crossfire. And here we have Polly as well to try her best to control the sites with smokes, to say the least. But they are going to commit into A instead. You know what? Let's just go for it and hope for the best. And the best is enough for Jin, to say the least, with that 2K to dwindle the numbers down to an even ground.
But Chloe here, she's flanking. And if she gets that Omen kill, I mean,
30
Polly,
seconds left.
the only thing that Alaka has to do here is wait for that flank. Or maybe create a distraction. Maybe let them focus on Alaka first. Because right now,
Crossfire?
Chloe
One
is
enemy
also
remaining.
getting this. But Alaka gets ahead of Ginny, but they don't know where
One
Polly
enemy
is.
remaining.
Polly's gonna be there
Oh.
for that kill and finish this things off. That was such a very intense round. Because right now I thought it was going to be Chloe getting that initial pick off. But
Enemy
Ginny
remaining.
and Polly decided to have that crossfire here, trying to guard that spike. So it is just now down to the kills because there was what? 14 seconds remaining before they could get that spike down.
I think it's a bit of a miscommunication from the side of Mad Army. I mean, both of them, sure, go for the crossfire, but why only look at a certain angle, which is a short, with the possibility of them still going in towards sight? Them leaving that alone is quite a question in mind, but still, 8 to 10 onto the scoreboard, still not too far off behind. We've seen this time and time again, at least for Mad Army, that they can make wondrous things, but for NGX, they are on a roll here. They do have to say the least, a very nice touch of things. They're starting to be proactive in terms of using the map. Notice how they wanted to create presence towards A and then marching all the way towards C. But if you look at their gun or weaponry, Aya only has a sheriff to work with because her ult is already up and running. Look at that, Hunter's Fury is going to hit one. Is it enough though? Trix will be taking her with the Hunter's Fury as well. So the ult coming in from Ivory is going to narrow down C. So I think it's bound to happen wherein they'll just look at this other side of C site, but Muffin though was able to detect one, make it 2 with double down recon ball, going for the shutdown, baby TZ to counter it out. And with that being said, the others are just the cleanup crew here. 9 points for the side of Mad Army, was able to redeem the lost point that they had previously.
Yeah, and that's going to be the challenge with just using the cosmic divide to try and hack the site. Because you'll know that once the cosmic divide dissipates, there will be people behind that wall waiting for you. I think there was also that mishap in terms of using that recon bolt. If the recon bolt was to the other side of the wall, it was near their own part. So if that really did hit the other side of the wall, gave them that information that there are three people behind, they would have been ready for it. So right now, I mean, there are small errors that NGX are doing that makes Mad Army get these points one by one, and given this eco buy, it might be a 10 to 10, but right now with how amazing the girls of NGX are with these weapons, I can say that they can also get a thrifty round.
I mean, indeed, because we've seen it time and time again how these girls doing wonders. But operator kill though, Muffin
down
takes
A.
Chloe down, who's been an imposing threat against Mad Army. But look at this, repositions quickly. They are planting the spike now.
Planted.
I wonder where would that go here, but anyway. Uses that recon bolt to detect anyone in the vicinity. Was able to take a peek here. Ivory though still takes Ginny down with the sheriff. They are quite grouped together in towards A-Link, so they need to use this to their advantage. Polly for the 1-month pin for the trade of the other. Polly for the 2K. Is this enough? Go for the push here through the 3. And that's 10 to 10 for Mad Army.
Yeah, that was just a quick retake here. A nice entry for the team of NGX. They were very successful with a timely push there, but it wasn't just enough because right now they had, yes, the gun disparity, and Muffin getting that first kill. It's a little bit demeaning now for the team of NGX to continue with this. They tried their best in terms of holding these angles, but if 3 people are coming at you, what else can you do? And with that Lear, Aya couldn't do anything about it, and it was just really a snowball of a defeat from then on. Right now, an equal situation, 10 to 10, Zaya. I mean, this is getting hotter and hotter here in the map of Haven.
Yes,
Revealing
indeed.
area.
So if I were you guys, go ahead, grab yourself some drinks. But you know what? They're not gonna give us another breather here. Utilities are used in towards A side to get some of that presence. But then again, I like it how Mad Army is not being too much reactive to this. So it kind of forces down this lockdown from Chloe just so that they can use it to the extent. But look at the C side though, to the other side of the spectrum. They are not phased. Look at how near the members of Mad Army are. So they tried the diversion play, but I think they read them like a book here.
Yeah, and there's gonna be rotations here, but Alaka shuts down that aggression from Anko and Trix as well with her own. So the 3 people who early on rotated, they're now down. And right now, it's gonna be Muffin with that operator to try and stop things here. But Muffin with that, what? She gets Ivory in that situation. She only saw the corner of the head in her scope. But right now, I think this is doable situation. She needs to find 2 other members who are down by long. And there's also Alaka here by Garage. So she's just really playing this very, very carefully. And Trix is just behind her. But right now, it's going to be Alaka spotting her out here and getting that kill. Alaka gets the 3, and now a lead once again to NGX.
To be fair, Muffin didn't really have much to do at that point because look at this. Alaka secured the 2, Tricks another for a kill of her own. This is where she checks the corner of her head, does the dash. But the thing is, look at the angles that NGX are covering. They have some for C-Long, they have some for the Garage and City. So even if, let's say, Muffin survives at least 2 of them, there's guaranteed that the other 2 is going to take her by the head. So 11 points now for the side of NGX. They just need 2 more to win this out to force a round 3 unless stated otherwise. But Muffin though is going to really state it otherwise as she takes Aya down from that fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be quite scary right now because she instantly repositions to that B site. So not unless Alaka uses that Lear, she can maybe get a little bit of cover and then successfully enter. But right now, they're just holding the defaults at the moment because, I mean, given that they're 1 woman down to that operator, it just gives them less space to work with. Because
Mhm.
right now, in terms of the dash entry of Aya is now gone, and Muffin is holding that position, brings down Aluka in that situation, and this is going to be shaky now for the team of NGX because there are 3 remaining. There is that slow creep towards Garage, but there are 2 people waiting for them here in the C site. At least Chloe gets 1, and that's gonna be Anko. And Ivory spots out the head of Polly. Now there is that entry and that safe plant in the C site, but not as safe as they can be because Muffin is still holding that operator, and Trix is not giving her anything. She might hear that jump, which gives her that go signal to maybe peek out. And ooh, she
What?
just misses Muffin by a bit. If only Trix could see what we're seeing right now.
No.
And that's gonna be what? Maybe a kill here by Muffin. So Trix is just holding down their ground because she wants a safe post plant situation. But okay, now she hears that the operator is there. And
They
right
don't
now,
know.
that gravity well,
They
don't
don't
know
know.
the position of
Enemy
Trix. So
remaining.
Trix might be able to be good for 2 here. No, Muffin takes cover. Muffin gets another, but Chloe is gonna be there for the shutdown. Wow, I mean, NGX now down to match point.
Stealth is wealth, says Strix, you know, and that is making her health all the more in this round. Look at that, just the sneaky plays, and Muffin didn't really have time too much to react because she was preoccupied in towards C long here. Match point for NGX. I mean, it's expected that they will be getting a 3rd map, but this is quite interesting because, again, if we looked at how things were chosen, this is Mad Army's supposed map choice. So right now it's interesting as and how NGX is, you know, turning the tables around. So this is 10 to 12. Quite, let's see if it goes and creates wonders for them, to say the least. But that is a kill for Muffin with the great deny from that alarm bot, and also gets a gun for her own. But right now the fiasco is happening in towards a cosmic divide to divide out city and heaven, which could be into good use. Ivory though just places the shock darts here in a manner, but Anko is going to shut down Ivory as the spike has been planted. Polly as well. I think this cosmic divide is just working on the favors of Mad Army instead of NGX. But right now we do see Aluka takes 1 Trix for another. You know what? I jinxed it. Ginny here will take 1, but Akko for the trade. I jinxed it once again, and we do see 11 to 12 here. Can Mad Army force an overtime? I mean, they have to if they want to secure a sweep. If not, let me go and see game number 3.
Yeah, Mad Army, in terms of really waiting out the utilities of NGX in that situation, there was a good cosmic divide there. But in the perfect moment when they would... I mean, NGX were winning the duels. But once... I mean, towards the very end of that situation, it was them just winning the duels. And right now, NGX, they have to really answer back. And they have to get this win because they're 1 point away from getting this map. But Mad Army, they can't give this back to Mad Army. Again, what you mentioned about the map picks, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is Mad Army's map pick, but NGX is dominating. But right now, in terms of the push here, look at where the team of NGX are. They're all stacked together in this attack.
This is the part where I kind of like worry at times in terms of stacking, because it may lead to unprecedented collaterals. And look at the angles where Anko is at. Maybe the drone will spot her, we'll never know. But Hunter's Fury did not spot her out actually. But you know what? Aluka did good use to distract her with that Lear. Aya with that 2K. Can this be the game that NGX is gonna hope for? Ginny, however, is going to hit 1 in retrospect, and not enough to secure a kill. Donut, what do you think of this? Polly gets 1 from Garage.
Okay, there's gonna be another kill here by Polly. There's gonna be 3 in this site, and that's a wonderful shock dart there by Ginny. And right now, another shock dart, but it doesn't really hit anybody else. It's just down to Aluka here. She does get the first one, uses the dismiss, but what? She's spotted out by that recon bolt, so now Ginny has that perfect position to spot out any peaks from Aluka, and that's a win. Now we go to another overtime.
I had to slam my fridge back there because the prediction from Ginny is so superb. Look at this replay. Okay, so Polly was able to get one, another as well in the process before being taken down by Aluka, right? So look at this.
Uh-huh.
She was detected by the recon bolt. Normally, you would think that Aluka would go to the left in Ginny's perspective, but she had her hunches right in looking to the right, pre-aimed, and it was just spot on, forcing this overtime, which is very crucial for their end. My goodness.
Yeah, initially, what was it? 2v5 became what? Mad Army's round already. The entries were stellar, but the post plants here are uncontainable because of Anko and also Ginny in that situation. I mean, right now, though, the sides again have been switched. NGX did have a good performance in terms of the defense. Right now, I mean, how they're reading this, not necessarily the best way, because I think they just really want to play it back. They want to play for those retakes. And right now, Ivory is just really hungry for that information as she is in that window. And the rest of the team of Mad Army, they're just waiting out the smoke because they really want to hit this at the perfect moment. Right now, in terms of this entry, the C side is up for grabs because the team of NGX, they left it wide open for them to plant the spike.
Full-on retake, as you mentioned, for the side of NGX here, in which they have to. So look at them, group together in towards Cubby and Silong, and the other two is going around the Rosie for potential garage take. But look at this, going in towards the smoke. Not any casualties so far. Shock Dart gets one. Is it gonna be another? Aya takes one here. Tricks as well. Is it enough though? Muffin for the flank takes one, but not enough. Aluka will be going it down, but Uncle Baby TZ for the cleanup. 13-12, match point for Mad Army.
Switching sides.
Yeah, I mean, match point now for Mad Army. They were doing so well in terms of this defense, and now that the sides have been swapped, this is going to be scary now for the team of NGX. Because in terms of the attack of NGX, they did have a lot of success in those seaside pushes. In terms of the entries, yes, but the post plants, they're being read like a book here by Mad Army. So this is what? Not unless Trix has tricks up her sleeve in terms of the calls for this beautiful entry, hopefully for the A site that they want to do now. This might be Mad Army's game.
Unless otherwise stated, because you know what, anything can still happen here. NGX still has that fighting spirit to do so. Again, they are in attackers this time, so if they are able to create a play that, let's say, it forces out Mad Army's utilities, that could work. But right now they're crawling in towards A short and A long. Aya to open it up, gets Muffin down, and Lears as well, so that they can have a better footing of A side. Chloe to take down Polly. I told you there is still hope, and hope may prevail, but the shock dart says it's not gonna be able to hit. But recon bolt as well, that's gonna be positioned inside Smoke Genie. What a monster. And here we see a little bit of a peek through and through, and a crossfire for the side of NG. Let's see if it works. They haven't planted the spike yet, but it's a 4 versus 3.
Yeah, I mean, that was supposedly the spike plan by Ivory, but that recon bolt was just beautiful there by Ginny. I mean, even her utilities are just perfect, and right now, that's gonna be Aya here with that spray down against Anko. But baby TZ, she's still alive, so in this situation, there is much that you can do here. And that Soba, though, trick shots her down. But right now, Aya finishes things off with a 3K. How they managed to turn that around. The spike was supposed to be Ivory's plant, but they wanted to take it slow. They wanted to make sure that they get this win. Another overtime now, Seiya.
So close. So close. Let's look at the quick replay, shall we? Aya really did a wonderful job in opening up. Look at this smoke kill coming in from Ginny at the moment she gets detected. But that was supposed to be collateral. But ABTZ was able to jump out, gets one kill, but the crossfire from short and onto the sides was enough to shut Baby TZ down. And here, beautiful lineup of the recon bolt, not gonna lie. But this time, it is Mad Army in the attacker side, so they have the aggression at play. But is it going to be enough though? 13-13, this is the second overtime for both sides of the team. Is it enough? Let's see. Because Chloe, again with the cheeky peek, was able to get it down with respective trades across the floor. Muffin as well with a beautiful dash in towards this site. So they may go for ahead and plant the spike maybe for long, to say the least.
Where is everyone?
Oh,
And that's gonna be Baby TZ's neural theft, and they know where the members of NGX will be. So right now, that's gonna be a spray down here.
Oh.
Baby TZ gets one. Is she gonna get another? That is yes! Wow! What was happening to TZ? I mean, the composure that she has during that round, she just really stuck to that box, waited for all of the utilities to come out before she wanted to peek. And that really gives Mad Army the discipline of the post bans, as you would want to say, like comparing that to NGX in terms of how they would hold a C site. But right now, that was just beautiful here by Baby TZ. I mean, that is perfect cypher plays in terms of the post ban.
Definitely. And again, match point here. Let's see if it works, because defender's side for Mad Army really worked wonders for them too. So let's see. We have Muffin with the operator, and we've seen it time and time again. It was monstrous and a threat, and they have to destroy this in order for NGX to basically, force another overtime. Because if they really want to win this and force it to game number 3, they have to do this. They need to do it with all their might here.
Yeah, and in terms of the defense of NGX, BBTZ is really holding a little bit back. Just really wants to use all of her utilities to her advantage right now. But right now, this is gonna be another B take, B plant, and holding all of the post plants outside towards mid. So this is gonna be another take of that pistol round. But even with that, Ivory has the peeker's advantage with BBTZ. Just shuts her down, but again, now Baby TZ is very low in health, but there are the rest of the members of Mad Army alive and kicking, ready for this retake. And now Polly, she knows that the rest of the team members of NGX will be outside, and Alka shuts her down right now. And there's no smokes anymore to take cover. Right now, Chloe and the rest of the members of NGX are gonna spring them down, and it's just now down to Baby TZ, who wanted to flank, but that's not gonna be enough, because Alka is gonna be there for the trade of 14 to 14, another overtime.
This is just interesting. I am sorry, because the amount of determination, the hunger of both sides of the teams to really go and win this out is quite amazing and commendable. And right now, 14-second overtime that we have at this point, it's not just a matter of winning rounds. It's also about the stamina here, because we've been seeing overtimes time and time again, and it just needs that one little push, to really reach and push to the limits for both sides of the team. But I like it how NGX is dispersed in towards our map for that maybe a potential full retake, but still committing a lot of noise here for the side of Mad Army.
But that was just a dash. I mean, that was a cue for them that they were ready for that entry. But no, I mean, after that dash, they just really pull back. They want to really go here towards a short. They're playing the mind games here now against NGX. And right now, if Chloe does peek this, Muffin might get her. And the rest of the team members of Mad Army, they're just outside A. So I don't know if there's a recon bolt that Trix can maybe throw in towards C long to give them that info that they're outside A, but at least Chloe does get the head. Muffin gets the second already, but Ginny is gonna be out there for the trade. Right now, there is gonna be another kill here by Ivory, and the rest of them, they're just hugging that wall, but Polly is very successful for that shutdown. So right now, it's a 2v2, but the members of NGX, they're happy and healthy right now.
Okay, let me just give that emphasis later for the replay. But right now, Trix here takes down Baby TZ, and that is a game for NGX here of 15 and potential match points for this round. But okay, let's look at the replay real quick in a bit here, because I have questions. Okay, maybe we won't see a replay right now, but I have questions because one, why would you peek one by one Chloe, who we've been seeing really doing tremendous work with her spray transfer? Number two, for the side of Polly, to say the least, that could have been an opening as well for her to use the shrouded step to reposition because she was detected before that recon vault was destroyed. So maybe it was a bit of miscomms here and there, but then again, 14 to 15, Mad Army still has this shot into potentially sweeping out this match, unless of course stated otherwise here. But right now, it's more about the calls. It's about the shot callings here for both sides of the team.
Yeah, and then Jenny, she wanted to get another kill here by just using that recon bolt when everybody else is caught off guard. But Jenny, she's been landing all of these kills with just the shock darts. I mean, proving so much that her Sova and her role is so vital now for the team of Mad Army. But right now, I mean, there's another recon bolt here, and she's gonna just push through. She's gonna stop the plan, and it's now just down to Polly, who is really successful in making this another overtime.
Switching sides.
Third
Wow.
time's the charm, they say, and this is just looking good. Look at the replay, shall we? So, as you mentioned, Ginny is just hitting her shock darts on point. Lovely usage of her being the bait was going to take Ivory into, catching her off guard for Polly to go for the cleanup. This is just amazing plays, and you know what? Regardless of whoever wins this, I'm not even mad. Like, I am a happy being. But then again, for the side of NGX, it's quite the challenge here because take note, Mad Army was able to secure game 1. So they have to do everything that they can to secure 2 consecutive rounds if they want to force the game number 3. But for the side of Mad Army, it's vice versa. If they want to make this as a sweep, they need to do it as well. Because so far, whenever they are switching sides, apparently they win one, they lose one. It's a rally. It's an ongoing rally for both of our teams right here.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of this entry, I'm feeling a little bit of a muffin dash here, but Alaka, with how her crosshair is positioned, I think she'll be ready for this push. She spots out somebody for Garage, but Muffin there, perfect timing for that dash. Is she gonna spot out somebody else? It's gonna be Aya for the first one, but Trix is gonna be traded out here, and Alaka just waiting here by the platform. Gets 2 already, and it's now down to Baby TZ. She gets the head of Aloka, and it's what? Just Chloe. Sentinel versus Sentinel. And right now, the cover that Baby TZ is able to create with her utility is just stellar. So now Chloe, what she has to do is to rotate over to Garage and maybe catch Baby TZ off guard. Right now, it's gonna be Baby TZ spotting her first, and now a lead for this overtime towards Mad Army.
Very nice play coming in from Baby TZ right there. Let's look at the quick replay here. Muffin and the gang are doing their best. Aluka was able to create some space to force it everything into a 1v1 fight. But right now, Baby TZ, it's a good call that she was able to play around C site just so that she was able to catch Chloe at an off angle. So 16 to 15 match point potentially for Mad Army, and another effort to really work with for the side of NGX. So what do you think is the play for NGX right here to potentially get another overtime?
Yeah, well, they're taking mid right now, but it's gonna be, 3 people around the seaside. I mean, across the seaside. Muffin is just holding this angle, but Aluka is so ready for her. That paranoia is gonna slow them down, but the good thing about this is Aya, she just dodges that in the perfect moment. But Baby TZ and Ango, they're here for the crossfire, and there are 5 people here that's gonna walk across their crosshairs. That's gonna be what? Ango with 2 already, and Polly getting 1 of her own, but at least NGX, they wait patiently and get the kills to make it another overtime.
How many overtime is this? Is the 4th one already? Wait, is this the 4th one or the 3rd one? I am already losing my math at this point.
This is the 4th one.
Yeah,
this is the 4th one already.
Forced overtime, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the magic happens, and I don't know what to expect at this point, Donut, because both of our teams are just bringing asserting dominance over and over again. And for this time around, for this round, we are seeing Mad Army a bit of a slow in pace. Careful with the peaks though, but decides not to, which is actually a good feat because if not, that could have been a kill for the side of NGX.
In terms of what we want to say is a blink and then you'll miss. But
Oh!
right now, I think Alaka, well, she misses
Gorgeous.
instead of blinks though, and she repositions herself towards that C site instead. So at least Trix will be there for her support. But Alaka, she makes it happen. She gets that kill, but Muffin gets Aya across the part of the map, and Muffin is already pushed up here in this garage area. But you. Oh no, Trix! And Trix get traded out by poly kills here and there, but at least Chloe gets the 2 that they need right now. And it's gonna be Alaka yet again in this crossfire, shut down by Muffin. And she doesn't know where Chloe is, but she has an inkling. She now peeks and gets that kill. A 3K for her and a nano leaf clutch for Muffin.
Switching sides.
Beautifully
Match
done
point.
for the members of Mad Army. Look at this replay. Although Alaka was pushed towards Garage, was able to get that off kill, but still, Trix and Gang were trying to do their best to do their job. Chloe with that collateral, but still wasn't enough. Muffin, as she was able to secure a Vandal in the process, and to get that 3K, and just having that, instinct that Chloe at this point is staying in corners. It's starting to be a bit predictable, to say the least, for Mad Army. They're now checking their corners. They're not hesitating to tone it down just so that they can see whether Chloe is there or not, or even other the members. But right now, again, another round to potentially be secured by Mad Army or to be tied once more by NGX. But what can you say? What can you say that Mad Army can do for them to secure this, or vice versa, or where in NGX can just really go for that tie once more?
I think they have to shut down Ginny here by heaven. I mean, she's been getting all these skills by just using the recon bolt and as well as the shock darts. I mean, she needs to be shut down, but I mean, the team of MA, they're not giving it to them. So this is going to be another successful entry. But as long as Ginny is alive there by heaven, this is going to be something that's unstoppable.
But I love the discipline of Ginny though. The moment that she kind of like jiggle peek from heaven, then immediately goes back, she knows that she's going to be sprayed down. That's discipline itself. And another thing is, Chloe is down. So basically, they don't have to worry about those cheeky corners, to say the least. Another dash in. Aya for that shutdown. Nothing for the trade with that recon ball to detect members here. That's gonna be head with only Alaka to have that potential clutch. No, Ginny goes for the shutdown, and with this, Mad Army sweeps their round as they proceed towards upper bracket, and NGX still has life onto the lower one.
Whoa, I really thought that NGX was gonna snatch this away from Mad Army, at least map number 2. I mean, all of the people in the desk said that it was gonna be a 2-1, either in favor of Mad Army or NGX, but never really did we see, is it going to be a 2-0 between the two teams?
To be fair, it was a 2-0, yes, but for overtimes, this is just mad. And you can say Mad Army has basically demonstrated how they can go berserk here. And with that, they are sitting quite pretty in towards our upper brackets. But still, if I'm not mistaken, NGX still has one more life to show in towards lower brackets. So do not give up just yet. But here, looking at this, I think most of the teams, especially from the lower brackets, whom Galaxy is going to face, will definitely watch this. As the same thing for those who are in the upper brackets to, watch out for Mad Army, because they have performed really well for both sides of the teams. Like, this is just amazing for both sides. But right now, before we go on to a short break, guys, do watch out for that Secret Lab giveaways that are being displayed onto your chats right there. And of course, with the respective commands. More on these post analysis when we return at VCT Game Changers Southeast Asia FSL Elite. already for the sake of Aya and Kempen.
Yeah, and there's gonna be somebody a wall here towards the tube. It's gonna be Anko getting 3 kills
We're
already.
singing, you know, Anko to the left, Anko to the right. We're playing it love tonight, but right now Aya takes it, opening with that sheriff kill.
Everybody else at her bottom, but right now it's gonna be Polly here getting those kills, and it's gonna be Baby T at the moment, and I think this is gonna be a safe plant here by Baby TZ. There's a crossfire here by Anko, and the rest of the team members, Mad Army, and Chloe is getting these kills, and it's not landing for Baby TZ. So Trix is just gonna try and get the kill that she needs.
Half
so
defuse.
this is gonna be half the fuel.
Before planting the spike, so they are saving or protecting their friend. And Jinny with a 2K, Polly to clean. I think, you know, they're just gonna go and wait for the right time to happen. That's one beautiful.
Another thing to worry about, but that paranoia is gonna be signaling their entry. But good thing about this is from Chloe gets her.
Anyone to say the least, but that's gonna be a head. Is gonna be successful for Aya with a beautiful angle isolation. A bit of risky entry from Anko there, as it should be, because garage window is quite big. But look at this, Chloe with the when pushing this though, because things are about to get worse. Off angle kill, that is beautiful. Aluka for the defuse. Blade Storm is over. That's one. She just needs to jiggle peek. She just needs to buy time here for Muffin. Does not need to necessarily, you know, take it the leap of faith though. She's committing. That's a half. Is it enough though? Of defense here for both sides. See, they wait for the utilities to happen before they go for the peek and kill. But Aya makes the defuse once again. Oh, but Trick still gets one before getting pinned down by Jin. But the bound to happen wherein they'll just look at this other side of C site. But Muffin though was able to detect one, make it two without
down. And right now it's gonna be Muffin with that operator to try and stop things here, but Muffin without
Donut. What do you think of this? Polly gets one from garage.
Okay, there's gonna be another kill here by Polly. There's gonna be 3 in this site, and that's a wonderful shock dart there by Ginny. And right now another shock dart, but it doesn't really hit anybody else. It's just down to Aluka here. She does get the first one, uses the dismiss, but what? She's spotted out by that recon bolt, so the members of NGX will be. So right now, that's gonna be a spray down here.
Oh.
Baby TZ gets one. Is she gonna get another? That is where
Emphasis later for the replay, but right now Trix here takes down Baby TZ and gives that.
and it's gonna be Aluka yet again in this crossfire, shut down by Muffin, and she doesn't know where Chloe is, but she has an inkling. She now being
Basically, they don't have to worry about those cheeky corners, to say the least. Another dash in. Aya for the shutdown. Muffin for the trade with that recon ball to detect members here. That's gonna be...
Hey guys, and welcome back to the desk. I'm back here again with Jace as well as Donut to break down that absolutely nail biter of a finish in that earlier one. I mean, we saw game 1 and game number 2, both of these games going into overtime as well. How did we feel about that game? I mean, all our predictions just straight out the window.
I mean, everyone expect to see a 2-1, and it really didn't go that way. Instead, because it could have gone either way. The fact that both games went to overtime just shows how close these two teams are. And yeah, I mean, if you're predicting Mad Army to win, you're also predicting NIGMA to win, and vice versa, because they were like exactly the same. It's just that at the very end there, and that is what's important, Mad Army do clinch that win, and they do it pretty well. Like, we've seen a lot of rounds where a lot of the individual players were just popping off, and so at the very end, right where it matters, they managed to string 2 of those together, and that is the I guess that's the difference between these two.
Yeah, what I could say about both of these teams is they've played each other, I mean, for the past few tournaments in FSL Opens, and it's really going to be all about reading each other very well. And it was close games, very, very tight games in both Icebox and as well as Haven. And right now, I mean, I really thought that NGX will be able to get that win in their own map pick, but Mad Army did tell us otherwise, because their dominating plays, they were able to get it back to overtime, but it wasn't just enough for NGX, and we expected Haven to be such a wonderful place for them to get that comeback, to steal away that win from Mad Army, but yes, after quite a few overtimes, it was just really bearing for the team of NGX, and with the plays that both of the duelists were just showing us, it was just really them popping off.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, NIGMA Galaxy, they definitely do have another chance to make it back up into the upper bracket. They will be playing versus TC Arise next Saturday in the lower bracket round number 2. I wanted to just take a moment to ask you guys how we think the NIGMA Galaxy is going to go in that one, especially because we saw TC Arise play that 2-1 versus Arcat Aresta earlier today, and that was also a really close series. So what do we think are the chances for both these teams next week?
Well, it's both the PH squads and the teams that don't have played against in the past, and I think they should know each other pretty well at this point. But that is kind of sad, yeah, because like basically you don't get a Philippine team. You don't get two Philippine teams at the very end there. So I do think NIGMA Galaxy should know what to do against Arise, but I think Arise will give them a fight, though. I think they will.
All right, thanks guys for that input. We've got a post-match winner interview with none other than Anko from Mad Army coming up. I think she's on standby right now. Anko, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Anko! So we're here with Anko, and Hiromi, of course, is helping us out with the translation for today's post-match winner interview brought to you by Nanoleaf. Anko, firstly, congrats on winning today's series. It was an absolutely crazy finish to that last map. How are you feeling right now?
ยังไงก็ขอแสดงความยินดีด้วยนะน้องอังโกะที่ชนะเกมที่ผ่านมาตอนนี้รู้สึกไงเหรอคะ
Can I answer in English?
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
of course.
So basically, the last game, my hand is basically shaking right now. Like we didn't expect it to be like this much OT, and yeah, my air conditioner just went cold so much. Like everything's freezing. I don't know what happened.
I'm not sure if it was your air conditioner or if it was just the nerves. Sounds like it was both, but I wanted to talk to you about those nerves because it wasn't just map 2 that went to overtime. Map 1 also went to overtime on Icebox. So I wanted to ask what the nerves of the team members were like, what are communications like? Also, in that type of clutch situation, is there someone on Mad Army that maybe takes the lead, or is it like a team effort? Do you all say, we got this, we're just gonna go? So just tell me about that.
I would say that personally, my mind has been blank for a couple of rounds with so many OTs and stuff. But fortunately, we have Jenny in our team. She basically I would say IGL at that time. Like we follow her leads and then we won round.
Yeah, especially because we've had interviews with you girls in the past where you girls just say, oh, we've got no IGL. We just count on straight up winning them mechanically. But I want to talk to you as well about your next match because you might potentially face off against AE Celeste if they beat Renatus White later on in this next best of 3. And your team, Mad Army, is one of the only teams in FSL to just straight up win AE Celeste. Just last month, you beat them in the Lenovo Legion of Valkyries. So my question is, do you view AE Celeste as your rivals in this tournament? And how confident is the team that you'll beat them next week?
I would say they're the main rival, of course. Like they're champion so many games, and but I think we have the potential to win them. Like look how strong we are right now, kind of. So we're looking for it also.
Yep, for sure. Well, good luck next week. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Anko. Thank you so much, Hiromi, as well, for assisting with the translation. And once again, congrats to Mad Army for punching their ticket through to next Saturday's upper bracket semifinals. Bye-bye.